Don't be fooled by the internet. It's cool to get on the computer, but don't let the computer get on you. It's cool to use the computer. Don't let the computer use you. You all saw The Matrix. There's a war going on. The battlefield's in the mind. The prize is the soul.
All right, we live,
Live,
ladies and
y'all.
gentlemen. We live on a Friday evening. Shout out to y'all, man. Come on in, tune in. Happy Friday to everybody. We got a lit live lined up. This will be an open panel debate live for whoever want to come up and
Yep.
speak on this topic. So this is an
So don't
open.
go wasting all your thoughts in the chat by typing. You could come on live stream and have
Yeah,
a
this
conversation. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Right on the panel.
facts. This will be a open panel live stream. So y'all can come up if you disagree with something or you want to debate something. Yeah, I mean, you already know you can hit the panel. We will be dropping a link, but we got to get into these topics. We got to get into these videos. We got some things lined up, and we want to know, the question is, who really killed Charlie Kirk? Was he set up? Was it a stage event? Was he used as as a distraction? Was questions is people questioning whether his wife was involved, Trump was involved, you know, um, was Tyler Robinson really the shooter? So we're gonna get into all that. So we want y'all to tune in. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in. And man, we about to go ahead and just get into it, man. We about to get into it. So we want to start off with this right here because Candace Owens is all over the media right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we want to get into what she was talking about. Let me pull this up. All right, so Candace Owens alleges Tyler Robinson is not the person who killed Charlie Kirk, claims almost every aspect of the story is fabricated. The federal government is lying about absolutely everything. So let's get into she took to her Instagram, posted in the Instagram stories. Let me kind of zoom in on here because it's kind of let me see if I can zoom in a little closer. All right, so she took to her Instagram. She said, I want to break this news immediately because it feels important. And I think if I don't break it immediately, something bad might happen. And she, probably indicating that something bad might happen to her for saying this. Um, I hope I have earned the trust enough for the people of the people to believe that when I say that I have verified that this information cannot be revealed, cannot reveal the source. Tyler Robinson is not suicidal. The entire narrative that was placed in the media about him haven't been suicidal, completely fictional. As are many others aspects of what we have been told. Let me go ahead and go to the next slide. She says his father having turned him in after a confession is also complete fiction. To the contrary, Tyler Robinson maintains his innocence and has never been to the UVU campus. There are absolutely zero photos or videos that the campus can produce to the contrary, which is why when they have produced nothing other than blurry image of Tyler family of which Tyler family knows not him, knows it's not him. Tyler has never once expressed suicidal thoughts. I want to make this clear. The federal government is lying about the absolute everything, other than the fact that this is his gun, which we already discovered that um, with the text messages saying his grandfather, he might, his father wanted to see a picture of the gun and all that because it was his grandfather's gun or whatever he was saying in them dumbass text messages. She said, now that we needed, no, now, I mean, not that we needed further uh, substantiation, but Tyler's Robinson do not author uh, those Discord messages, which we already said we didn't believe that the Discord messages was actually him. we was like, shit, it might be the feds actually typing all that shit. Because Discord came out and said that Tyler Robinson never used a platform. I guess they looked into it and realized that, you know, it wasn't it wasn't him that was using a platform. Um, when she say, I would like to again to stress that has never been to that he never been to UVU campus, but and I need to confirm this later. I believe he was around the campus on that day. I will have more on this later, but I wanted to immediately publish that Tyler Robinson's suicide narrative, plus the dad that did not uh plus the dad that did the right thing after realizing his son was guilty is a federal we should say a federal. I can't even see, they got kind of like something blocking them, they got something blocking that shit. I can't even make out what the word is, but anyway. All right, so Candace Owens is saying that Tyler Robinson, she don't believe Tyler Robinson is the shooter. We always said we didn't believe that this guy was the shooter. First of all, like the grainy images, we already spoke on the grainy images, the grainy footage of him running off the top of the roof with no gun on his hand. Even if that was, I don't even think that was him. Tell you the truth, I'm gonna be honest. I don't even think that was Tyler Robinson running across the roof. Um,
Yeah,
then
we've been saying that.
the picture of him being at the Dairy Queen after, after he so-called assassinated him. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know, bro. We never believed that this guy was the actual shooter. I mean, and I mean, it's just the evidence just didn't add up. The evidence didn't add up. The text messages didn't add up. And if people, people asking a lot of questions out here. People are kind of skeptical of this guy even being the shooter. People are asking questions of the FBI, um, you know, taking to their Twitter and saying that there might be, accomplices involved with this. They gonna go back and question the videos and what it questions the text messages and all these things because they was catching so much heat. They was catching
Right.
heat. So now they reconsider and everything, but I feel like they gonna roll out somebody else. I think this Tyler Robinson guy really ain't speaking on it because he don't have nothing to say about it because he might be innocent. He might be the one that actually didn't do it.
And that's highly believable, which means he was set up by some dirty cops, some dirty agents.
Agents, law
Because
enforcement,
you
yeah,
gotta think
like
about it, they actually created a Discord account just so they could text those fake messages.
facts,
So that's a problem right there. And the FBI admitted that they had to go back and look at that stuff.
facts. So yeah, we got to get into this, man. All right, so you know, um, it's speculation that you know Charlie Kirk was taken out. People say, was it Israel? Was it, you know, what else they speculated that his
I see
wife,
some people,
all
yeah, I see some people said that Trump might have had something to do
yeah,
with
Trump,
taking them out. Yeah, you see all
because
different types of theories out there. Who did it? Who's behind it?
Charlie Kirk started asking a lot of questions about that Epstein list, even to the point where he's saying he hoped Trump do the right thing by releasing the files, the real files, the entire files, not pieces, not bit by bit, but the entire files. Here's the video
Most
right here.
importantly, the client list. Shoot.
Right. Here's a video here I came across of him at one of his debates, and one of the college students asked him about what's his take on the Epstein, the list, and all that. So let me play this.
Yeah, ain't no value.
No volume. All right, let me
Nope.
reshare this real quick. I hate when that shit happens. I hate when that happens. All right, let me reshare this real quick. Let me share. Okay, share. All right, here we go.
because she just got into office. What do you think is actually going on? And do you think that she genuinely has the files or people are destroying them?
Well, I think they got to make this right. I mean, we as the American people deserve to have every Epstein file released with no redactions whatsoever, period. They got to make it right. And we, the American people, ran on transparency. We deserve to see the entire client list. Every document the government has regarding the Epstein files, we, the American people, should have on an easy to access website immediately in a very, very quick fashion. I'm pushing for that both privately and publicly, just so you know. Secondly, there probably are a lot of destroyed documents. I think that's probably the issue.
If you enjoyed that, then like
Now you gotta
and
let me let
subscribe
that play
for
one more
daily
time.
thought-provoking content.
What's your opinion on the phase 1 release of the Epstein files? Do you think it was more of a PR stunt with Pam Bondi because she just got into office? What do you think is actually going on? And do you think that she genuinely has the files or people are destroying them?
Well, I think they got to make this right. I mean, we as the American people deserve to have every Epstein file released with no redactions whatsoever, period. They got to make it right. And we, the American people, ran on transparency. We deserve to see the entire client list. Every document the government has regarding the Epstein files, we, the American people, should have on an easy to access website immediately in a very, very quick fashion. I'm pushing for that both privately and publicly, just so you know.
So that there you go. That's key point right there that he said he's pushing for that publicly and behind the scenes, which means he's putting pressure on, those behind the scenes, probably Trump, most likely the administration, basically pushing them to release those Epstein files. Now that's, like, and being as though we speculating that most of those people on that list are, high level officials, Trump being one of them himself, being on that Epstein list, that the word, of going around saying that he's on that Epstein list because he was friends with Epstein since the 80s, since the late 80s, all the way up to like 2005, 2006. You know what I mean? So, and you mean to tell me you ain't know none of that shit he was doing that whole time? Yeah, man.
Kirk life was in danger when he started going after that Epstein client list. He didn't realize a lot of the people that he probably even worked with was inside the government was probably on that list.
Right.
So he probably was trying to put pressure on people he thought was his friends, but wasn't. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. All of them be getting used. Candace, she getting used by that party. Like all these influencers who's not directly tied into the government are being used by the government. So they think they on the side of the conservative this and that, not realizing the people behind the scenes is playing both sides. And they not your friend. And I think Candace is finding that out the hard way.
She's finding out that
Kirk found out the hard way.
Yeah, that none of them. Yeah, it's no friends in that stinking business.
It ain't no friends in that business. Nope.
Now he had Megyn Kelly on there, and he had Tucker Carlson on there. So he was pushing more. So you got to realize all the stuff he was saying early on during the debates and all that. He kind of started shunning away from that and started getting more on this Epstein shit. Because if it was really about that, he would have been taken out. If it was really about him speaking on, the rhetoric out there that he was speaking on, he would have been taken out if it was like that. Like he was just going around debating college students. He would have been, if they felt some type of way, they would have been took him out, and it wouldn't have been no professional hit. It would have been more up close and personal. We know that Charlie Kirk hit was professional. Like we said, they had to calculate where he was going to be sitting at. They had to actually calculate the distance of where they was going to be shooting from, and all that. So that definitely was a professional hit. But I think because he was talking about that Epstein shit, bro, like real heavy before leading up to his death. Everything was geared, everything he was talking about was geared towards the Epstein list and shit like that. Especially when Elon Musk came out on Twitter and said Trump was on that list.
Like this, it was done by a professional who actually had decoys around too, just so he won't get caught. So the real guy won't get caught.
Right.
So they got Tyler Robinson as a decoy. That old dude that they arrested the first time.
Yeah.
He was a decoy. They had a bunch of decoys out there. That's what I'm saying. This was a whole operation.
Yeah,
I believe it was a whole operation to take this man out. You got some people out here saying that they think he's still alive and he faked everything. I don't think that was fake. I don't agree with that. I mean, if somebody want to come on a panel later on and with that theory, we love to hear it because I don't believe that's true. I believe they did take him out there, and the reason why they took him out was because of the Epstein, because he kept talking about Epstein client lists and all the files, wanting to see all the files, and the American citizens should have basically, access to all the files. I believe they took him out. And it might be the people he thought was his friend.
And well, Candace already revealed that he was, called to the Hamptons to have this meeting with, with certain people, and he was getting threats. I mean, before he passed about and getting pressured, and offered money. So, and he was, summoned to come to, go to Israel to meet with Netanyahu, which he turned that down as well. So I believe a lot of this shit he was speaking on was saying Epstein was on, was an agent for the Mossad and shit like that. I mean, and he was pressured. Like when he had Tucker Carlson on there, and the Megyn Kelly shit, you see what they was talking. They was talking about that they need to release the Epstein files. Even the people that they so-called down with the MAGA or whatever, they was telling Trump he need to release the Epstein files. That they need to do the right thing by releasing these Epstein files. You know what I'm saying? And his voice was getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you gotta realize he was the voice for them for the next generation, them Gen Zs and shit like that. So that was like the next, the next generation, and people questioning about that damn Epstein list. So we gotta get into it. So, they just released this maybe 20 something minutes ago that Elon Musk named on the Epstein list daily schedule as potential
Yeah.
island visitor. Yeah.
So Elon Musk may have nearly gone to Epstein Island back in 2014, according to TMZ, because a line on the disgraced financier's personal schedule indicates they had a date picked out for a visit. Democrats on the U.S. House Oversight Committee released new documents Friday, including what appears to be a copy of Jeffrey Epstein's itinerary from 2014, which says, reminder, Elon Musk to the island, December 6th. Is it still happening? Musk has previously said he declined invites to the island over the years. Okay, so that means he declined them. That's why he ain't never go.
Right.
That's why I say he nearly went to the island. And he said, so it's unclear whether they had any real plans to meet up or if Epstein thought a plan was in place that wasn't. Billionaire Peter Thiel and conservative political strategist Steve Bannon also appeared on the calendar in subsequent years. Thiel in 2017, Bannon in 2019. Prince Andrew, Queen Elizabeth's son, was mentioned multiple times in the files. Unsurprising given his previously acknowledged involvement with Epstein. Same for Bill Gates. He was also listed. Musk's inclusion is especially interesting given his attacks on the Trump administration shortly after he stepped down from the Department of Government Efficiency, in which he accused Trump and his allies of withholding the files because they mentioned Trump. Seems Trump's not the only name in the ledger, though it should be clear no one is currently accusing Musk of anything on tour or illegal at this time.
So yeah, they
But they couldn't get, they try to just
ain't up,
mention. You
right.
see how they just trying to put Elon Musk's name with Epstein so people can automatically be like, oh yeah, Musk was on the island too.
Well, these are media hit pieces, the same way he did with Trump. But he went on Twitter and said Trump was on the Epstein client list. So this is a way, to basically do a media hit piece back on Elon and make Elon, make people basically imprinted in people's mind that Elon possibly could have been on the Epstein Island. So that's they got a way to controlling the narrative and getting the people to basically talk amongst amongst the chats and amongst the comment sections and just have that whole thing flowing around on social media. And it's
And
another
they know people
distraction.
only read the headlines. People don't
Pe-
usually read articles. They read the
no,
headlines. And if you just read the headlines, sometimes it just make the person look guilty automatically.
yeah, because they you gotta click it. They gotta title it a certain way to get people to click. So if
Yeah.
you don't read the article, you will just look at the headline in the picture and say, yeah, Elon Musk was on the Epstein client list
Exactly.
without reading the article. And if you read the article, it's saying he turned down the invitation to the Epstein Island.
And
But
they just tried to jam his dad up.
yeah,
They got his dad out there looking like a freak, having kids with, his
with a
stepdaughter, and
stepdaughter.
then they claim, now we don't know if this is true. They allege that he was inappropriately having a relationship with the stepson too, and we don't know how. We don't know. That's just something that they could have just threw in there at the end.
That's what
So
I'm
we don't
thinking,
even
right?
know.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm thinking. All right, so we need to get to this video real quick. Let me pull this video up because there's a lot of shit going on around the internet. A lot of conspiracies, a lot of theories, but also a lot of analyzing as well. Like people are analyzing certain things, and it's just spooky. Like it's
Yeah.
a lot of things is kind of spooky, man. So we gotta get into this real quick, bro. Make sure y'all
Definitely
double tap the
spooky.
screen. Like, yeah, double tap the screen. Like this video. I mean, well, we ain't on a vertical. All you gotta do is like the video. Get this video a thumbs up.
Right.
So we gotta get into this, bro. So this video right here is all the conspiracies around the internet, deep dive into, the trap door that he was sitting on top of, the tunnel, maybe tunnels underneath for that. People speculating this was Hollywood staged, hologram was being used, and all these different things. So we got to get into this, man. All right. Matter of fact, all right, let me go ahead. Let's see, we got some sound.
I hate to make conspiracies about this, but there are just way too many.
All right, so this one right here is the movie that Nicolas Cage played in Snake Eyes, and this is kind of crazy, man. With this shit, and we did this for research and search the names in these movies and all that was being used. So
Similarities in this movie and what happened to Charlie Kirk. So in a 1998 movie called Snake Eyes starring Nicolas Cage, a politician named Charlie Kirkland, a politician, gets assassinated in the neck in very almost identical spot. And it is during a boxing match on September 10th. Here's the poster. And the man starring in the fight is Tyler the Executioner. I usually don't believe in coincidences, but I just don't understand how this is possible. The same date, the big event, the big distraction is the fight of Tyler the Executioner. The name of the politician who got assassinated is Charlie Kirkland. It's wild.
There's a movie called Snake Eyes, which came out in 1998. And in that movie, U.S. politician Charles Kirkland is assassinated at a live event by a shot through the neck. Charles Kirkland, like Charles Kirk. And obviously, Charlie Kirk was also shot in the neck, allegedly, right? Well, in the movie Snake Eyes, the heavyweight boxer Lincoln Tyler is in the ring during the assassination. Tyler, like Tyler Robinson. And in Gematria, Lincoln Tyler is 165, like Tyler Robinson is 165. And his nickname is the Executioner. Okay? Well, the big part here, guys, in the movie Snake Eyes, the assassination occurs on September 10th. Charlie Kirk was allegedly assassinated on September 10th. Can you believe this, guys? You guys got to share this with everyone you can. This is undeniable. And also, see how Nicolas Cage is doing the hands like Charlie Kirk. Also, Donald Trump does that hand sign. And also, we're in the year of the snake right now. It's called Snake Eyes. But wow, just you put that all together. Charles Kirkland shot in the neck. Lincoln Tyler equals Tyler Robinson. And you're telling me the assassination in the movie happened on September 10th, the same day the Charlie Kirk event happened? Oh my goodness.
It's always
Not only that, his name is Lincoln Tyler. Lincoln also was assassinated. So you gotta. So what's the? You know what I mean? Like what's? Like you think this is all coincidence, bro? Or
Nah, it ain't all
like
coincidence. They brag about the shit they gonna do, cause we
right about?
told y'all niggas is 100-year plans jumping off. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, they could be staging shit too at the same time. So
Right,
they work close with those Hollywood directors. I mean, if anybody been following along, like the history of Hollywood and all that, Hollywood always worked with the intelligence agencies in some type of way.
right.
So they could be pulling off shit. They could be putting things in movies and pulling it off in real life. I mean,
Yeah,
they
cause
do shit like that.
right. Cause I'm thinking like this movie came out, you know what I mean, a little while ago, but being as though like the same symbolism in this movie is what took place with the Charlie Kirk situation with the dude being assassinated in the neck and like that's crazy. And the names being similar,
Right.
like so it's more of this. Let's get to
in
that.
the movies. You guys, wouldn't it be wild if not one, but two movies predicted Charlie Kirk's assassination? Now, remember I showed you guys this movie called Tempest, which came out on the same day that Charlie Kirk died, September 10th, about a politician getting shot in the neck. I would just like to know, how did this movie from 1998 called Snake Eyes predict everything that happened? Now, in short, the movie's about a detective who goes to a boxing match and witnesses the assassination of the Secretary of Defense by, you guessed it, a shot in the neck. How is it that this guy who gets shot, his name is Charles Kirkland, like Charlie Kirk? You can't make this up. Now, in this boxing match, one of the fighters' names is Tyler, and he has a very interesting nickname, which is the Executioner. Oh, you mean the same name as Charlie's killer, Tyler, in which executed him in front of everybody. And not only that, the full name of this boxer is actually Lincoln Tyler, like Lincoln, who also got assassinated. And this date does look like September 10th, but it's actually the 19th. It looks like. I can't see. It's not too clear because if you compare that 0 to the other one, it doesn't look the same. So that one's debunked. Then you have the city itself it took place in, which is Atlantic City, in which the filming actually took place at Trump's Taj Mahal Hotel Casino in Atlantic City. Now, what are the chances that Charlie Kirk's father actually helped build not only Trump Tower in New York, but other hotel casinos like the Tropicana in Atlantic City? And not to mention, one of the characters in the movie who was a hotel casino owner was based off of Trump. Now, speaking of Trump, not only that Erica Kirk, Charlie's wife, knew Trump long before Charlie did when she won Miss Arizona in the pageant that Trump owned, but how is it possible that in this scene where this guy gets assassinated, there is a blonde in a white satin suit, just like Erica?
I'm telling you, you are the one that's going to be sorry.
And I quote, "I'm telling you, you're the one that's going to be sorry." Bro, what? Now, with all that being said, with the cherry on top, we have an all-seeing eye right in that scene right before he gets shot. This is why I watch movies with a different lens, you guys, because it's either predictive programming, they have some type of time travel. I don't know how this all works, but this is more than just a coincidence. As always, make sure you get into my Telegram and let me know what you think about all this down below.
Yeah. So yeah,
So
bro.
what I notice is what they're doing is ritualistic shit,
Right.
but people is being controlled like puppets. See, now this is where shit can get supernatural at. Like these people are being controlled by beings that live outside of time. That's why the time shit don't really matter.
Yeah, facts.
See, we as humans, we only think about shit as linear all the time. So the people, like somebody asked, what year did the movie Snake Eyes come out? Came out at 1998. So Charlie Kirk was like a little kid around that time. So how could
He's
it
a
be about him? Like how could it
ritual,
be about him, right?
yep, ritual.
Ritualistic shit. But it's
They have
ritualistic shit that they not even in control of because it's too precise.
so art imitating life and life imitating art, or it's
Yeah, you
just
got it's actually supernatural shit because it's beings that's outside of our realm that's controlling them to be able to
right.
pull this shit off. Like people don't realize that we're always surrounded by beings from other dimensions all the time. And they able to access those beings. That's why, and those beings are outside of time. So 1998 and 2005 is all in the same to them. But to us, we look at it as linear. We look at 1998 as back then, and 2025 as present. You know what I'm saying? So these beings that's controlling these individuals to do these rituals that they're doing, they able to make it seem like it's in real time because it is.
But I'm thinking like,
They able
yeah,
see, you gotta think about it. See, this is when it gets real sciencey and shit like that because they're manipulating things through a project called CERN with a particle
yeah,
colliders and
that,
shit like
yeah,
that.
that,
And that
yeah,
and
that's
that that
right.
right there alone is basis on how they claim that Trump's family took Nikola Tesla's research when he died. And they said that he ran off with his research and they had all these different types of inventions and patents and shit. So, because it's another mysterious thing going around about Trump's son, Barron Trump, saying it's a
Yeah,
book
that
he
whole
wrote
book.
in the
Yeah,
late
yeah,
1800s,
right. Yeah,
claiming, and it's actually predicting some
top
things that actually
that Baron.
happened
Right.
to, yeah, in reality, yeah. So
Yeah.
so what they're doing is they playing with shit that they don't realize what they playing with.
So this Charlie Kirk assassination definitely was a ritual.
It was
Just how,
ritualistic, yeah,
yeah, just
right.
how everything that's surrounded, even with the wife, um, you know, crying on his hand. That the hand kind of looked prosthetic. I don't know what that hand. That shit. I don't know. That shit just looked at all crazy to me. And and just how all this shit happened and all the things that's surrounding this situation that's happening. So I believe this Tyler Robinson dude is just a fall guy. He's not
Yeah,
speaking at
yeah.
all. Like he's
Facts,
not
facts.
speaking at all. So
Well,
Keep
most of the
watching,
shooters are
please.
fall guys. When it comes to these
yeah,
tragedies, most of the shooters be fall guys. Like a lot of them were just decoys that didn't even actually were the ones that did the shooting, but they able to pin it on them. Just like the dude that they claim that shot at Trump, that dude wasn't even the one who did that. Like that,
yeah,
yeah, like it's all
decoy,
ritualistic shit.
right,
And they just
decoy.
had and they do see their game is confusion. They cause confusion amongst us while they do their rituals. And they just had and the ritual is supposed to trigger us to act a certain way and to believe a certain thing.
Well, it's energy harvesting. So they want to
Right.
encapsulate our energy and have us that way when you capsulate the person energy, you're able to control them. So
Yeah.
their whole thing is problem reaction solution. That's
Yeah.
how they move about and operate.
Well, that's
You
part
know?
of the ritual.
So that keeps our energy in a basically in a capsule.
Yeah, it's a magician's trick and basically manipulation of energy, time and space.
And Hollywood is used for that. Hollywood is stands for holy staff. So the holly tree. That's what they use. That's the magic that they're using. You basically keep our energy encapsulated, and it's through Hollywood. Like now, I'm thinking the reason why Hollywood is kind of closing down because now he's running these scripts in real time, like that Charlie Kirk shit. Look, you see how it coincides with the movie Snake Eyes? That right there is a ritual basically showing us that they're moving from the traditional way of Hollywood to running these scripts in real time now
Hmm.
and actually actively having these shits play out in real time with real events and real people, not just on some Hollywood, you know, make believe Hollywood type shit. You see what I'm saying? They're moving into the next phase where Hollywood is going off, moving into the streets. Prime example, Jonathan Major, that whole thing with him running through the goddamn New York City, being chased by the white woman, and how it was all chopped up and they was catching it from like 8 different cameras. That shit was some Hollywood type shit, bro. Jonathan Majors running through the city like like it's fucking Gotham. That's some Hollywood shit. That's Hollywood in real time. So they basically taking Hollywood from the traditional way to running scripts in real time with real events and real shit that's happening, which they already been doing. But now it
Yeah, I'm
seems
about to
like,
say they've been doing
yeah,
that shit from the
which
start.
they've been doing. But now it's like they going in the hyperdrive now, because look at Hollywood, empty fucking lots. Nobody's working. Hollywood is empty. That was supposed to be our last live stream, but we wanted to switch it to this to show y'all that Hollywood is empty. No movies are being produced on any lots in Hollywood right now. They don't even have nobody working there, no janitors. Nobody's working in the studios. And shit's just like empty as abandoned, empty buildings.
Right.
And the journalist that was walking through there wasn't even supposed to be on the property, but he said I don't even supposed to be here, but I'm gonna show y'all how Hollywood abandoned LA. And then you got Mel Gibson doing an interview basically saying it's cheaper to fly everyone to a location rather and film in a whole nother country than it is one day to film in Los Angeles. He's saying it's cost effective to film in a foreign country where everybody on the location, flying all the camera crews out, the actors, the assistants, everybody. He said it's cheaper to fly them out to the location and shoot than it is to shoot one day in Hollywood, which means that shit is that's a ghost town, bro. Hollywood is a ghost goddamn
That's
town.
because they got all their projects out and all their rituals that they're gonna do based on those movies.
And
So they
streaming
moving
took
into
over.
they
Right.
moving into the next phase, which is in
Artificial.
real time, which is streaming.
Streaming.
So it's no longer, because you gotta think about it. The movies keeps us linear, but the streaming is always real time.
Mm-hmm.
See, these rituals is based on, they manipulate energy and they manipulate time. So you got see what they did. They got us linear with this Charlie Kirk and Snake Eyes movies. The Snake Eyes movie came out in 1998, but it talks about September 10th, somebody being assassinated in the movie. Exact day is September 10th, the same day that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, September 10th, but just in 2025. So they effing around with the times and stuff with these rituals. But now the next phase is real time rituals.
Yeah.
Stream, like live stream rituals. That's why all the streamers are huge right now. People who want to stream 24/7 are going to be the new celebrities.
Facts. Yeah, this is crazy, bro.
So this is Tyler Robinson, as you know, and he's the suspect in the Charlie Kirk shooting. Now let's jump over to this guy. He looks totally normal. He's Kush Patel of the FBI. And he stated numerous times that it took 33 hours to catch the perp, right? 33 hours.
Ritual, y'all. People be saying with the rituals in real time that they running. Peep this shit.
Now let's jump over to the BBC News channel in the UK. They use this photo in the arrest article, but some clever soul has pulled the metadata and it does not match by a long way. So because of time zones, it was around 7:30 p.m. in the UK at the time of the shooting. But you can see here that the image of Tyler was embedded into the article at 11:40 p.m. That's only 4 hours after the shooting. They didn't release it till the next afternoon, but they had the photo and uploaded it. How? You tell me. Even more bizarre is this photo of the alleged perp. Odd photo to take for a start. But look at the computer screen. Let's see where this place is.
Valhalla.
And I'll see you in Valhalla. And I'll see you in Valhalla.
We go into witness protection. There's different ways you can create an identity. It's much easier to have a shared identity. And do you allow them free somewhere, or do they go to what we call Valhalla, some holding place that's not able to be in communication with the rest of the world, but as a community, and then you can bring them out later on.
Rest now, brother. We have the watch. And I'll see you in Valhalla. Rest now, brother. We have the watch. And I'll see you in Valhalla. Rest now, brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla. Rest now, brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
Did you see what the head of FBI said about Charlie Kirk? No.
To my friend Charlie Kirk, rest now, brother, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
I'll see you in Valhalla. What's Valhalla? Valhalla is a place where warriors go in heaven. Yeah. But there's a crazy theory that drops because the shooter of Charlie Kirk's shooting, there's a picture of him in his bedroom on his computer screen, a wallpaper of Goat Island. Okay. In Goat Island, there's a coffee shop. Yeah, called Valhalla. Oh, wait. Theory goes, okay, first I'm gonna say RIP to bro. Like this is tragedy. This is just a theory. People think that he didn't actually die. There was a plane that took off and they were trying to track it and it turned off their comms. And turned off their tracking, which is illegal. You can't do that. But it happened. It left a very short time away from when he was shot. Oh, it's just a theory.
This one here. So what would be? You gotta realize the picture with the Tyler Robinson guy on his computer had a map on an island on there. They traced the island to a place where the island actually had a place called Valhalla. Then you got Cash Patel saying, "We on the watch, brother. I'll see you in Valhalla." So, bro, these in 30, he catches the killer in exactly 33 hours. This is ritual shit, bro. Like we said, they running these. This is ritual in real time. They running rituals in real time. That's what we saying. Like this shit. Like there's no coincidence with this. There's definitely no coincidence with this, bro. Yo, so what y'all thought on this? Let me know what y'all think. What y'all take on this with all this shit that's being presented with the movie, Snake Eyes, and you know, coinciding with Charlie Kirk's assassination, and all this shit about the Valhalla, and yeah, because why would Cash Patel say I'll see you on Valhalla? And like the young boy explained, that is a place that, but that's not like everyone's culture, a place where warriors go. I think in the Viking culture, I think. But what's the chances of the Tyler Robson dude having that on his computer in the background? I'm thinking like this shit is all stage set up, bro. I don't know. I'm not saying that Charlie Kirk ain't get actually shot, but I'm thinking all the shit surrounding that assassination leading up to that was like all that shit was put in place. It was all put in place.
Somebody said, what is the ritual for? Is the rituals done to confuse us, the masses, the general public. They use it for energy harvesting.
It's called energy harvesting.
And they program our subconscious mind with the shit. That's why, you know, they put out movies like Snake Eyes, and then they actually do the shit that's in the movie in real life.
Right, and
they
then you would
program
say
your subconscious mind with it first. See, they know exactly how we're going to react and everything is like, because they got the general public is sectioned off in different type of you know, consciousness groups or mindset groups. They know our mindsets, and they know it even more now because of the internet has been able to basically able to put us in different classifications and different you know, psychological profiles. They do a lot of psychological profiling.
it was
So they
harder to
know
do without the
exactly
internet.
so that's how they do the rituals to trigger. It's all
And you
about desensitize. It's all about conditioning the masses. They use the rituals to condition all of us, to
and you
keep
would
us in line so they can keep feeding off our energy.
that's what I was about to say, because people would ask, all right, what would be the purpose of you know, harnessing our energy, encapsulating it? Well, think of a vampire movie. The only way a vampire can survive is drinking the blood of a human. So you got to think this is vampirism system that we live in, that they suck the energy. That's why people run around talk about the draconians. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all heard that term, the draconians, because this is a draconian system we live in. They have to feed off the people in order to thrive. That's what all the vampire movies is about, y'all. So if y'all wondering why they make these vampire movies, that's just them just bragging about the system that they have set up, feeding off our energy. And this shit goes off the planet. I mean, that's a whole nother live stream in the deeper meaning. But these things take place of beings that's not even of this world as well. That's why they have to, you know, romanticize it and fantasize it with the vampire movies and make them like nocturnal beings and shit like that, because they guarantee, you know, they giving us, you know, hint that these things that's taking place are supernatural beings that's actually harnessing off the energy of people on Earth, period. So they just took that system
Yeah, we're
that's
all being
yeah,
manipulated.
yeah, they took that system from the supernatural world and applied it to this world. So the people that's in, you know, certain people that's in higher places feed off our energy the same way vampires do. So that's what we saying, or the reason why they will want to do this to us, because they want to feed off our energy. That's the only way they can keep the system powered, is by using our energy. Same way, you know what I'm saying? That's the only way they can power the system, is by using our energy. That's it.
Everything they make us focused on in the mainstream media is a ritual.
Right.
And it's staged, it's planned out.
Shit, the Matrix. He said that in the Matrix when he pulled out the battery and said turn all the humans into this. The battery represents the soul energy that's power in the system. So you remember when he was saying, talking to Neo, Morpheus, and he said the whole plan is to turn everyone into this, and he pulled out the Duracell battery. Yeah, that's telling you right there. That's what they use. They harnessing our energy to power the system. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that, you know
A
what I mean?
system that they control.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
right.
the point of the because I know a lot of people don't explain that. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's ritualistic," but why? Why do they do that? See,
And it's,
we on here to break it down. Why they do that?
it's the
Because
energy
just think
harvest.
about it. Everything that we talk about, everything that everybody talk about, is what they want us to talk about.
Facts.
Because that's why it's in the mainstream media. It's in your face, 24/7. That's a ritual.
Yeah,
Because
facts.
when the magician perform the ritual, they keep redoing the same shit over and over again. It's to program basically the one that the ritual is being done to, and the ritual is being actually done to us. It's being performed so we can be programmed by it and
Right.
triggered by it. So they have to keep, just like when way back in the day when they took Kennedy out, or the Reagan shooting, when they just kept showing it over and over and over
Over and
again
over again.
on the media.
Right.
That's actually a ritual.
Right.
Us still knowing about Abraham Lincoln and how he got taken out, and how that's in connection with how Kennedy got taken out, that's another ritual.
Yeah, we want to start getting some of these people, some of y'all on the panel. If y'all want to,
Yeah, we should.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
come up and voice your opinions on this situation here, on this Charlie Kirk shit.
who y'all
I mean,
think killed Charlie Kirk?
right, and this Epstein shit and all that, like all this shit plays a part in it. Because you gotta realize everything they put in our faces in the media is all tied to that shit. It's all tied to basically energy harvesting. So these scripts are being wrote out in real time, and they playing out in real time to basically keep our energy capsulated, so they can
Yep.
control and feed. So the Diddy shit, you notice when they was the Diddy trial, they was talking about Epstein alongside Diddy trial. Then when Diddy trial was over, they rolled out Ghislaine Maxwell, which
Facts.
which kept us capsulated with the you know, kept us at bay with the Epstein shit. So that was the whole thing. They wanted to move from Diddy to Epstein, now to Charlie Kirk, which is calling out Epstein, calling out, you know, the officials to you know, basically reveal the Epstein list. So all this shit is still taking place. Now you got Diddy coming up again because he's facing sentence. So you gotta realize all this shit was all planned out anyway. Diddy just sacrificed. Diddy sacrificed Diddy in the media. They sacrificed Charlie Kirk. They sacrificed all these people to basically keep our energy at bay. That's what I'm looking at it as. Cause, and I ain't saying that these people are innocent or of anything, but they're being used as well. But before we get into that, man, this video is sponsored by nightanddayherbals.com. Before we start pulling people up on the panel, we got to get into this quick commercial break. Quick 15-second commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
If you crave nature but still shop online, Night and Day Herbals is your dream come true. Discover premium herbal soaps, shampoos, and CBD products. All organic, all for you. Shop now at nightandayherbals.com.
Like we said, this video is sponsored by nightandayherbals.com. Make sure y'all head over there, get your natural detoxes, your natural CBD, natural hair care, skincare products, natural sea moss teas, natural shit. It's got a lot of things on there. A lot of things on there naturally made, naturally produced, things that's definitely beneficial. So definitely head over there and support our website, nightandayherbals.com. Spend $50 or more and get 40% off using discount code CBD Savings 40. Again, that's CBD Savings 40. You actually see it at the top of the website when you go on there. So make sure y'all support that. And
The
man,
link to the shop is pinned to the top of the chat, and it's also going to be in the
description
box of this video. All right.
So I mean, we about to start dropping a link. Who want to come up? If you want,
Yeah,
if you got a disagreement, if you got a disagreement and you wanna and you disagree on what we talking about, you could definitely hit the link. We're gonna pin the link to the top of the chat for anybody that want to come up and dispute anything or just voice their opinion on the situation and that's going on with this shit and everything that's being playing out in front of our eyes. So let me see if I can pin this
Yeah, I
link.
pinned it to the. I already pinned it,
All right.
John.
Yeah. So all we do is ask y'all to be respectful when y'all come up, but anybody can hit this link and come up, whether you disagree, agree. Yeah, I mean, we really want to hear from the people that disagree, though. If you disagree, we definitely want to hear from you. If you're a person that feel like things, what we saying in this live stream is, doesn't that y'all disagree on, definitely hit the link because this situation here is fun, like crazy. And they know not only that, you see they rolling out more shooters, more people, more shootings with with the Dallas, ICE thing that happened down there with this Joshua John kid. I mean, like they rolling all this shit out. I mean, so anybody want to hit the link, y'all can come up and hit the link. We're gonna drop the link is pinned to the top of the chat. All right.
It's got me a little confused. A new book that was released about the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And what's so confusing about it? Well, it's publication date. You see, September 9th is the day before Charlie Kirk was shot. He was shot yesterday. That was the 10th. This book was published the day before he was shot. Seems odd, doesn't it?
You're watching the
See, they just bunch of shit they throw out there. Yeah, this shit is this shit psyopy as hell, bro. For the simple fact they had put a book out there the day before, a fake ass book at that, which got snatched down. I mean, like who would actually post a book on Amazon and shit, title with that title to it? That's crazy. And people scared to hit the link. Y'all scared? Yeah, this link. Yeah, the shooting of Charlie Kirk by Anastasia J. Casey, which is not even a real person. Yeah, search that name. Search that name. I mean, high and low on the internet. That person don't even exist. That's a fake ass name, fake ass book. So whoever posted this shit the day before, like, why would this be posted the day before his assassination, bro? Which means all this shit is psyop, just like those text messages. I believe all this shit was lined up. That's what I'm saying. They had everything in place for the assassination, bro. To basically get us to talk about it. They had everything in place. Some people said false flag. I believe Charlie Kirk got assassinated. I don't think he's alive now. A lot of people saying he escaped through the tunnel that he was sitting on top of. Like, through all the commotion and shit that happened after he got shot, they saying he slipped down into the tunnel, into the little trap door underneath, and they basically carried a dummy to the car and all that. I mean, that's what a lot of people. There's a lot of speculations with these conspiracy theories and theories. Period.
That's because you can't trust your government.
Huh?
That's because nobody can trust their government.
Nope.
Because a lot of times it be the government to be involved in these psyops. Because the government is only there to govern your mental. That's what government mean. Governmental.
Yeah, governmental.
Yeah, they there to govern your mental, and they do that through ritual after ritual, and have us performing rituals every day that basically that they created for us. So all this
Seems
shit
odd.
that they put on the mainstream media, I don't trust none of it.
Right.
You're watching the Kramer Says Project.
Okay, so those who are seeing this all about Charlie Kirk, first of all, I am devastated. I am stressed. I hope he's okay. I was just Googling this, and something blew my mind. This just happened, September 10th. If you look on Google right now, 19 hours ago, posted by New York Times and Los Angeles Times, 19 hours ago, saying Charlie Kirk was shot. 19 hours ago would have been September 9th. Today's the 10th. This doesn't make sense. 19 hours ago. 19 hours ago. Today is the 10th. This doesn't make sense. How could the New York Times and Los Angeles Times report 19 hours ago he had been shot when this just happened September 10th?
All right.
Am I crazy? Am I crazy?
A new video is circulating.
That's the same thing that happened with the 9/11 shit, where over there in England they was reporting it, that shit before it even happened in real time in England before it even happened in America. So and we'd already know that was another ritualistic situation that took place. But yeah, how can they post an article 19 hours ago before this shit happened? Yeah, that would make it September 9th. That don't make sense. And that's real. That's real. The timestamps are real because when you had Google and this shit, that the timestamp does match up with that. So yeah, why would they report on that shit a day earlier than it happened? That don't make sense. Yeah, I believe they tampered with that CERN shit, bro. And a lot of shit, like you said, that them tampering with that shit probably ripped a hole within, what I'm saying, within the space and shit, and that's what that whole Mandela effect shit came about, because they playing with shit they don't even have no business playing with. Real talk. Yo, anybody want to hit that link, man? The link is pinned to the top of the chat, man. If anybody want to come up and hit the link, whether you disagree, agree, whether you got an opinion on this situation, what y'all think it might be, why this shit is happening, anything that took place within, this Charlie Kirk shit y'all might have seen, and why y'all, think they rolling this shit out the way they rolling it out, we could definitely, definitely hit the link.
Showing a different angle, suggesting that there is another person on a different roof. This camera swipes by the Woodbury building, which is on the right side of where Charlie Kirk was sitting. The reported timestamp on this video is 12:06 p.m., suggesting that this video was taken about 17 minutes before Charlie got shot. In the video, you can clearly see a black mass appear on top of the Woodbury building roof. Check it out.
Yeah, it's a whole different person. Yeah, on the opposite side of the damn event, on the other roof. It's crazy. Now y'all understand why the FBI had to come out and say that it might be accomplices, or they got to look at the videos, they analyze that the shot might have came from the opposite side and the impact of the bullet and this and that. Yeah, they got to go reconsider all that shit because it was just too many cell phone cameras out there. for them not to look at all the evidence. It was cameras on every angle, catching every damn angle. Whole person up there, right there.
Erica Kirk's Romanian Angels connection is being wiped off the internet. It's so bizarre. I kept getting people in the comment section saying, "These are all from unconfirmed sources." Thinking, well, I think she founded the organization. They have to be somewhat confirmed. I looked it on the internet. I couldn't find it anywhere. So I went and had ChatGPT do deep research, and it made this entire article for me. I've got the article posted on my page that you can go and check out right here if you want to read the whole thing. But I'll just go through some of the highlights. ChatGPT basically had to pull this stuff from Romanian news. Yes, Erica Kirk was associated with Romanian Angels, but in the capacity of the founder and organizer of a charitable program by that name. Romania's lax adoption system in the 90s became rife with irregularities, baby buying, bribery, murky intermediaries making blank trafficking allegations hard to ignore. Erica Franciev founded her nonprofit Everyday Heroes Like You as a teenager in 2006. By 2013, Erica had described Romanian Angels as a partnership with the U.S. Marine for early 2010 scandals, traffic rings, and missing children fears. The era of Erica Kirk is very hard to say. It was active in Romania circa 2010 to 2012, coincided with several high-profile child trafficking cases that gripped Romania and international media. It just goes on and on and on for the entire period that she was there. I'm not saying that she did any of this. I'm just saying it's a giant coincidence. It's really bizarre that she just happened to be in that area, and then we just have all of these scandals going on, and she was Miss USA and all this other stuff. So you can go check out the article. It's in my profile. You'll be able to find it very easily right here on my site. You can go over there and you can start giving me 99 cents a month if you want to be a sponsor. We'll go around to these live events and we'll go cover stuff on the ground. Tell me what you think about all this craziness, and make sure that y'all like and follow for more.
Nothing is a coincidence.
So Kirk, the wife basically already knew, was already working for Trump with the whole USA pageant, Miss Arizona thing before she even met Charlie Kirk. Mind you, she was 16 at the time. It would have made him like around what? Because he's 5 years older than him. So he was still a kid. He didn't know what his,
9 years old.
yeah, 9, 10 years old, somewhere around there. Yeah. So, and then you got to realize, Charlie Kirk's dad was the architect for Donald Trump with the Trump Towers and shit like that. So you got to think, was this shit arranged? Was these two, getting together was arranged? Because they all tied to Donald Trump. They all tied to Trump at the end of the day. And then you got him saying Trump need to release the Epstein files. He need to put pressure on the DOJ to Epstein files. Meanwhile, Trump is in the media saying, y'all still talking about Epstein? That guy was dead. That creep died. You know what I mean? He's dead. Are we still talking about Epstein? Meanwhile, people are asking, where's the Epstein client list at? So you got
Yeah, because the perpetrators are still free.
Yeah. So you got Charlie Kirk saying he putting pressure on them behind the scenes and on the scenes to release the Epstein files. You got Trump running around saying the Epstein files is not important. And while people still talking about the Epstein files. So that's the split, right? That's the disconnect right there. You got Charlie Kirk saying y'all need to put the Epstein list out. Now you gotta remind you, he holding events and shit. He throwing events and having Tucker Carlson on there and Megyn Kelly, and he on his podcast he talking about the Epstein files and Epstein being a Mossad agent and tying all these other people names into it, mentioning Prince Andrew and all that. And meanwhile, Trump is saying, forget about the Epstein files. So that's the disconnect right there. Now we ain't saying they did something, but we can see that's the split right there. That's total split right there. And with the wife, I don't know. It's kind of skeptical with this shit, bro.
Hold on to that thought. Did you know that Charlie Kirk's father, Robert W. Kirk, was actually the architect for Trump Towers? Also, did you know that Erica Lane Kirk won Miss Arizona USA in 2012? Don't forget, Donald Trump ran Miss America from 1996 until 2015. Seeing the correlation here?
That ended up being Charlie. Nothing is by coincidence. Now, did we know that? No, not until we were like 3 months into our relationship and looking at timestamps, seeing that both of us were in Israel at the same time.
People, this was so arranged. And there's so much more to Erica Kirk. Kind of like how she was all into basketball, didn't want to be all girly, never liked to dress up, even cut all her hair off and ended up being Miss USA. How does that happen? How do you go from sports to Miss USA? And then they meet at a Turning Point event in 2018, where she's interviewing for a job for Turning Point. Solidified. I got a feeling there's more to the story here.
There was recently a funeral held for Charlie Kirk, and have you noticed the giant golden ring with a diamond G on it that his wife is wearing? Why would she be wearing that? On top of that, the hands that she's touching don't even look real. That looks like a giant rubber decoy. And who would record them sitting there crying over the death of their loved one? Who would record such a personal moment? It's propaganda. One-eyed symbolism. If you can see the symbolism, you can spot the deception. But if you want to sit here and remain in denial, then the same things are just going to keep happening. Yeah, so the same guy that was involved in the Trump incident was involved in the incident with Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, that's that right there, which is crazy too. But you know, him being at the assassination of Trump, that's definitely the same guy. And then him being at the Kirk assassination. That's crazy, bro. That's what
Right.
make me all this shit skeptical on stage, man.
Right.
Be making me thinking this shit be skeptical.
It'd be the same players.
Same players, bro. Running the same script.
Because it's a ritual. And the thing is, the dude, like we said, we ain't saying that they didn't take him out. I'm not saying that.
All right.
This video, some people in this video believe that. I don't know, some people theories out there that believe that Kirk is still alive, but I think they really took him out. And a lot of times in those rituals that they perform, people really die in those rituals.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they need the real situation to happen. Like with 9/11, when that happened, just think about the movie with Samuel Jackson and Gina Davis. Long Kiss
Oh, you talking
Goodnight.
about Long
Yeah,
Kiss?
Long Kiss Goodnight when they was talking about the 9/11 bombings. I mean the bombings. They said we gotta have
World Trade
another
Center bombing.
World Trade Center bombings. Yeah. Remember he had them in captivity and he's saying we gotta do it for real. He said he mentioned the 93 bombings and how that didn't work and how they gotta do it for real, which was talking about a future event that was gonna happen. Bro, they put the shit right in the movies because that's the ritual.
Facts.
They have to tell us what they're gonna do. So these movies are basically commercials
To trigger our
basically
subconscious
yeah
mind.
yeah these movies are commercials to promote the agenda that's happening that they're gonna have us be subjected to in real time. We basically gonna be following a lead with this because they
Yep.
implanting it in our subconscious. So when you see these movies and then like a lot of people like to revert to the Simpsons and shit because it's called predictive programming. If y'all understand what predictive programming is, that's to get them to plant it in our subconscious mind before it happens, so we basically be more receptive to it and to have our energy geared towards that shit. So with this Charlie Kirk shit and the Trump assassination, I believe same play, the same script. Only thing is Trump John didn't play out because I remember in the Simpsons they had Trump getting assassinated in the Simpsons. Y'all remember that shit, right? So it actually played out in real time, but unfortunately it didn't go. The whole prediction didn't happen the way The Simpsons did, but y'all see what we saying though. The predictive programming is what we talking about.
But a coincidence? I don't
That
think
don't
so.
mean that it still can't happen.
Yeah, right,
You don't know what they planning next.
right. Yep.
Charlie Kirk is probably in the Bahamas, enjoying his margarita and laughing in everyone's faces because you're silly enough to fall for their pranks.
Nah,
It was all
I don't believe he laughing in anybody's faces right now. like I don't know that, but
Charlie Kirk's funeral was an absolute disaster. Who would have thought that the memorial service for the well-known American figure Charlie Kirk would turn into a ridiculous farce that subverts the definition of a funeral? First, despite having no official title, his funeral was staged like a top-tier celebrity event, a 73,000-seat stadium filled to capacity, with overflow crowds pushing attendance past 200,000. The nationwide broadcast was comparable to a presidential inauguration, and fireworks were set off before each speech, creating an atmosphere completely lacking in sorrow. Second, the security measures were absurdly excessive. 500 agents, snipers, drone surveillance, and a staggering $10 million budget. On par with the Super Bowl, such a massive deployment was far beyond what's needed for an ordinary memorial service. Most offensive of all was the spectacle of performers. Kirk's wife pretended to cry during her speech, only to break into a bright smile immediately after. Donald Trump Jr. took the stage with a broad grin, imitating his father's speaking style, while Trump Sr. watched from the audience with an approving expression. What should have been a solemn occasion for remembrance was reduced to a stage for political propaganda and fake emotions. Truly lamentable.
and the thing about it is, I believe this definitely was a political move because at a memorial, you would have the family members come up and talk about their memorable moments with their loved ones. That means Charlie Kirk's mother and father wasn't there. Her mother and father wasn't there. Wasn't no aunts, no uncles, no cousins. No one from the families was there. It was all political people and business people there. That's not a real memorial. That's a goddamn, I don't know what you would call that, but a real memorial would have family members up there, talking about their memorable moments with their loved one. Same thing like with Nipsey Hussle joined. His whole family went up there. His mama, his daddy, his brother. I mean, his girl, his kids. That's a real memorial. Not no
What
business.
told
Not
you what this was? This was a
yeah,
propaganda piece.
propaganda piece. So I believe they grooming Erica Kirk to be some type of political figure because she took over his organization. I believe they moved Charlie out the way, and now his wife is being groomed to be some type of political figure. You know what I'm saying? Because why else would they do all this shit? Why else would they, you know what I mean, stage some type of event, memorial event, and have her up there grieving, but no family members is in sight? That makes no sense. They got two small kids. She ain't even bring the kids out. Like usually a memorial, you will bring even though they small babies, but you would still bring them out on stage. That makes no sense, bro. Political theater is what we call this. Political theater. That's what this is. Political theater.
If anybody want to come up on the panel, we do have the link pinned to the top. Anybody do any of y'all disagree with anything that's been said, or what are y'all theories on this?
Right.
On this Charlie Kirk situation? Who really killed Charlie Kirk? Who do y'all believe really killed him? Was it Tyler Robinson? Was it Trump? Because they ain't like him talking about Epstein.
Right.
Was it Israel because he turned down a meeting? Yeah, was his wife? Was it his wife like some people claim it was because they feel like it's something off about her and
Right.
that memorial and everything? Who do y'all believe killed Charlie Kirk?
And then yeah, this shit crazy. Yeah, you gotta think, and the thing about it, you gotta ask questions like that, like what type of like what gonna be the outcome of this situation that happened? Because it's like, all right, let's make this guy a martyr, but then let's have his wife take over his his organization, politicize her and groom her to be, you know what I mean, possible first lady president, first president of the United States. Because you know they want to put a woman in there, but they want to put a woman in there they could control, you know what I mean, 100%. Kamala wasn't it. We know she just wasn't it for that. You know what I mean? She wasn't the one. She wasn't chosen. Because they need somebody that with blonde hair, blue eyes, or possibly, you know what I mean, possibly from the Caucasian persuasion to be, you know, the first woman president to be that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all can hit the link. Y'all can come up here, hit the link if you want to join in on this conversation. If you got an opinion or opposing opinion, you can come up here and express it.
Builder of people.
You can see when Tyler was running across the roof, on the gray gravel part, he has a shadow. Yet when he goes to the white part, he has no shadow. If you also look, you can see a blue hue line around that white shadow. And what this looks like is a three-dimensional space breaking behind a blue screen. Just like in action movies, they use 3D blue screens in order to make it look more realistic. You can also see a pedestrian in the background phase out of what we see in the scene. To me, what this looks like is that they overlaid footage of someone jumping off of a roof using a blue screen and forgot to change the different layers. Between the shadow, the blue hue, and the missing person, this video is altered and edited. I'm going to show the channel that I actually found this with. I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw this.
This CIA and Mossad cover-up is more clear than ever before. You can see the new construction at Utah Valley University and where they covered up where Charlie Kirk's supposed blood was supposed to be. They got to work on this construction site within 48 hours of Charlie Kirk dying. No room for evidence, no room for forensics, no room to trace the supposed bullet. If this isn't an obvious cover-up for you guys, then I don't know what is. New sand, new concrete, new pavement, new everything. This is an obvious cover-up, and we still don't know if Charlie went into that hatch or any of the Secret Service that were watching him went to the hatch also.
If there was a hatch door nearby, then we can assume, as we should always assume with colleges, obviously stadiums, there's always an underground path. So I'm wondering if the federal government has explored the possibility that somebody could have been under Charlie and done that while everyone's looking around and thinking that a shot went off from here, if that was just maybe like decoy number 2 and actually Charlie was shot from beneath him, which then could maybe explain why there was no exit wound. Again, I'm theorizing because I have a right to. I have a right to think. And that is interesting to me. Where does it go? Where do the tunnels underneath UVU lead to, right? That's an interesting question. Maybe everyone's looking up when we should be looking below. There was a massive pipeline that was almost exactly behind where Charlie was sitting. Here's that maybe it's a water pipeline. I don't know, but there it is under the flag. And to your right, I went into my tips line and I saw that somebody had messaged me about this. And more than one person messaged me about this. They're like, hey, yeah, there's like a whole underground thing there. And to your right, you're observing those 2 little boxes. And they told me that was a trap door. Now, I'm not implying someone, popped up and shot Charlie. But
yeah, you look at that. That's what he was sitting on top of, the trap door right here. Yeah, so how we know the shot ain't come from underneath? Because his shirt popped, the way his shirt popped up before the shot went into his neck, it was like his shirt exploded and then a hole in his neck. Like who? Have you ever seen somebody get shot and they shirt pop up like that? Like that looked like something exploded under his goddamn shirt. That shit looked crazy. So I'm thinking like, how we know? Y'all gotta realize they did demolition on this site, but the very next day they start covering up this shit and start building on top of it. Whole crime scene tampered with. The day the shot happened, and the day after they start building all that shit, the new shit on top of it. Y'all don't find that suspicious? Y'all don't find that suspicious? Gotta hit him with it, bro. This shit is suspicious as hell.
You don't find that suspicious?
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Whole trap door underneath.
That's a close up of that area. I'm just implying that there's an entire underground there. And I remember when I looked at the footage, I felt like it was coming up. I don't know anything about ballistics. I'm not an expert. But if there was a hatch door nearby, then we can assume, as we should always assume with colleges, obviously stadiums, there's always an underground path. So I'm wondering if the federal government has explored the possibility that somebody could have been under Charlie and done that. While everyone's looking around and thinking that a shot went off from here, if that was just maybe like decoy number 2, and actually Charlie was shot from beneath him, which then could maybe explain why there was no exit wound. Again, I'm theorizing because I have a right to. I have a right to think. And that is interesting to me. Where does it go? Where do the tunnels underneath UVU lead to, right? That's an interesting question. Maybe everyone's looking up when we should be looking below.
Let's be real clear. I don't necessarily think they know what's going on yet. There's a lot of weird shit going on with this.
I know.
First of all, there was that one guy who was the decoy. All right, so you got this guy who's an older guy who starts yelling out. Didn't he take his pants down? He took his pants down. This guy was at 9/11. He was at the Boston bombings.
All the hits.
He called in a fake bomb at another place. And then he did this at this thing. Right after, so somehow or another, this guy has the state of mind that the moment someone gets shot, he yells out and says, I did it, and takes his pants down or something like that. I don't know exactly what he did. Then, ready for this? He gets arrested for child porn right away.
Right after this happened?
Oh, right away. He's in jail for child porn. Why is that? Well, now you can't interview him.
Right. Right.
And because when the internet people start going, how are you at all these different things? Like, what are the odds? Like, if someone ran it through one of the ChatGPT fucking perplexity things, like, what are the odds that this guy would be at all those different events? And
agent, that's why. It's a damn agent. All right, we got somebody on this. Somebody just popped up. All right. Who we got on the stage? Who we got here?
Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
What's going on?
Good. What's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Well, I ain't gonna lie about that, but anyway, I was tuning into your show and I had wanted to say something about this Charlie Kirk character. This is all a psyop because how is it that somebody knew that this was going to happen to him the day before because they had put out a book on Amazon about his death before it even happened?
Right.
And I've been living 41 years and this same old thing keep happening over and over. And it's like, bruh, I see the playbook. So,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, what do you think of all these other things that's playing a part in this? I don't know if you came in on the stream when we was playing this video for all the different conspiracies that's surrounding this event that's happening. I don't know how long you was watching the stream, but there's like the movie Snake Eyes is coinciding with the Charlie Kirk assassination. Then you have the wife. What you think about the wife?
She just weird to me. Like I can see it from afar. Like she reminds me of Lauren London and Kobe Bryant's wife, the fakeness. And anytime something happened like this, like they say, always follow the money. Who's benefiting from these men's deaths? It's the wives. So all their wives is benefiting from it. So at the end of the day, it's like, bro, you better be careful who you laying up with.
Right.
And then with Charlie Kirk, he was a Democrat at first, from what I'm hearing, and then he switched parties.
Oh, I didn't even know that. He was a Democrat at first.
Yeah, they say he was a Democrat at first, and then he started switching parties. And then they didn't like some of the stuff that he was saying, especially about Trump. See, I'm in Florida, so I know a lot that been going on in Florida with these Republicans before he even hit the streets. So I've been warning people, don't listen to these Republicans, don't vote them in. Nobody even want to listen. I'm like, I live with Republicans. I know they don't care. So once they realize that you got a little Democratic blood in you, they want to get rid of you. Because I'm going through that now, as of now, even in the state of Florida. I had to end up changing my voting status to independent because I kept being targeted because I was a Democrat.
Yeah.
So I had to change it. So if I'm going through this and I'm on a lower level, just imagine somebody that got money in status like Charlie Kirk. He was already a target.
Yeah.
Like Diddy, he was a target from the beginning too because Diddy was a Democrat. And like I was telling people, I say Diddy got away with a lot of crap for years until Donald Trump started becoming wanted to sit in a chair. And everybody in Hollywood started going down, especially the ones that's the Democrats.
Yeah, if you look at it, yeah, you kind of see a lot of them being Hollywood is dead. Hollywood is dead, dead as fried chicken. Like a lot of people, like we said, you're gonna start seeing a lot more names getting rolled out
Right.
because
Yep.
these people are disposable. They no longer need it. All the gatekeepers that been gatekeeping for the past 30, 40 years, they no longer need it.
Right.
You see they going after Smokey Robinson for for sexual assault.
Yep. Because
Oh, oh,
I remember when Aretha Franklin died. She said, "I didn't sell my soul. I didn't give in." That was a message right there. When Betty Wright died, she kind of said the same thing. Betty Wright from Miami.
yeah,
And it seems like they taking the ones that got the most influence and the most mouth, and the ones that don't want to go along with the rhetoric. They gonna get rid of you. And I'm one of them that's in Florida ain't gonna go along with their rhetoric. So yeah, I'm just telling y'all, it's real out here.
right. Yeah,
Oh,
this whole situation is weird. It's weird. Like
Yeah,
everything that transpired that started off this year is weird.
it is.
Like even with Cat Williams interview and shit with Shannon Sharp that sparked off at the top of the year, kind of created a whole trickling effect of people being outed and being broadcasted all over the media for sexual assault
Yep.
and all these different things. Like it's
even
crazy.
even with that, and it's like I know a lot of people don't believe in a biblical world, but I'm like, dude, you before you start hanging around a crowd, you see them for who they are. Why would you go into the Hollywood scene? Them not godly folks. You go around them and then you expect for them to have morals and integrity, and then you get with them and you find out they ain't nothing but demons, and now you want to cry a victim in the public side. That's why I ain't like the Cassie too much. Cause bro, you anyway.
Yeah, and then it's Epstein shit. What I mean? This Epstein shit is kind of skeptical with them not releasing the names on the Epstein files.
Oh yeah, Trump. Like I said, I'm 41, so I've been knowing of Trump for years. And Trump have been following everybody. He a snitch. Cause everybody that he was involved with back in the day, they don't went down. Even R. Kelly. Like, come on now. Even Trump had something to do with it. R. Kelly was staying in his hotel.
Yeah, he was living in the Trump towers in Chicago.
Yeah, he had something to do with R. Kelly too. So it's like I tell people, just keep your eye open and pay attention. Trump want all the black people that got some type of influence on the lower crowd. He wants them gone. Anybody that had more money than him, had more talent than him, he just want them gone. Even if you white or black, it's not even about color. It's about good versus evil right now.
All right, righteous versus the wicked.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, I just tell people stay prayed up, pray over your family, and move like your life depend on it. Don't trust nobody. Not even the police. Don't do it.
Yeah, we appreciate you for coming up and tapping the link. You was the only
Facts.
brave one enough to tap the link. We wanted
Right.
more people, wanted y'all to tap in with us. If y'all got an opposing opinion about what was being said, or if you have, your opinion on this Charlie Kirk shit, Epstein, and all that shit.
Oh yeah, one thing I want to say to y'all: your product, especially that CBD,
Yeah,
love it.
we appreciate you. Thanks for all the
Definitely
support.
appreciate it.
No
Yeah,
problem. I've been with y'all for a long time. I just be in the background. Sometimes I comment, sometimes I don't.
yeah, yeah. I
So
see somebody mentioned about the the trivia Fridays we used to have. Yeah, that was on our main channel. Which we will. I mean, we will be back on that channel soon. Just doing content on that channel. That was the channel we lost. That was gone for like 2 years, but we did get the channel back. Got it reinstated.
that's what's.
So yeah, so that was the channel where we was doing all the trivia and all that shit on.
Yeah, and y'all cookies, I usually like those things too.
Oh yeah, we got edibles coming back. We got the CBD infused chocolates and stuff coming and all that. So yeah, we the edibles. Right now we got the gummies on there, which is super fire. But we're gonna have more edibles on there coming soon. So make sure
Okay.
y'all make sure y'all sign up to the email list, join the email list. So when we send those discounts out or we put products on there, y'all be the first ones to know it's on there before, because that shit would sell out fast because we only make, a limited edition of it anyway. We ain't mass producing like corporations and shit. So
Talk about corporations, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get off. Everybody not paying attention to Donald Trump. Remember, he was in corporate before he became president. He telling
mhm,
y'all to y'all face, don't trust us. So I've been telling people a long time, anybody in corporate, I don't care if they work for them. Because once they work for these corporations, they get programmed in the mind thinking they family too. I don't care if it's your family members. Watch out for these corporation bugs.
that's a
They
fact.
scamish.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah,
But that's what's up. I appreciate y'all time, and I
yeah, we
appreciate
appreciate.
your
Definitely appreciate you.
crowd. I love y'all and everybody. I want y'all to stay safe and pray that I keep y'all in my prayers.
We appreciate it. Diamond Kelly, appreciate it.
No problem.
All
Thank you.
right. Yep, no
Yes,
problem.
ma'am.
Anybody else want to tap in? Y'all can hit the link, tap in. You know what I'm saying? We like to get y'all opinions on this situation too. Like,
Yeah,
so
we
we're
could
here.
basically covered everything. Y'all seen all the theories. Y'all know all the theories that's out there. Yeah, I mean all the theories of
Fact,
what y'all think happened to that man or who really took him out, who was behind it, and who actually did the shooting.
facts.
Which is definitely two different people. Whoever's behind it is different from the person who actually did the shooting.
Right. And
And
I
I
believe.
and I don't think it was Robinson.
Nah, I mean, you even see Candace coming out speaking out that shit all over the blogs right now, or
Yeah,
her
right.
saying she don't believe. I mean, we always we always look at the receipts and a lot of discern a lot of that shit, connect the dots, and we've seen it for ourselves that it doesn't add up. That this Tyler Robinson guy, it doesn't add up. It really doesn't. It doesn't add up.
Nah, it don't add up.
Nah. So
Like
it's
like Candace said, like shit, we've been saying the same thing. There's decoys out there.
right.
This was a whole operation. It could have been like 10 people involved in this operation. 10,
Hell yeah.
10 to 12 people.
Well, that's what the FBI Patel had to basically announce that on this X.com that it was accomplices because it
Mm-hmm.
can be more accomplices meaning more than one person, more than one, Tyler Robinson plus one, plus two, plus three, plus four. Like it could have been because he's saying people that came to the house before. Oh, and peep this. the dude disappeared. The whole lesbian lover dude disappeared. That was in the media yesterday. So where the hell he disappeared to?
Or did he even ever
Or,
exist in the
or
first place?
right. But even if he did, it's like, all right, well, this guy needs to get out the way before people start questioning him. You see what I'm saying? Because people right now is just raising questions, period. So it's like,
I mean that those fake text messages was to the trans, right?
yeah, yep,
Yeah, but we know those text messages were fake. So was the trans even real?
right. The
You know what I'm
trans
saying?
might have been in on it. The accomplice, like, to help out, the plant, a plant that was planted there. Because where that trans coming out of nowhere? They didn't
Man, we
say
don't
that.
even know if that trans really exists, bro. They
Right.
just
That's true. That's true.
just like those text messages were fake. So it could have just been two feds typing to each other.
Yeah, you gotta start questioning everything. So
Just
who
two
really?
federal agents, one with a fake Discord acting like he's Tyler Robinson, and the other one is acting like they the trans, or maybe they could be the trans, but still part of the agency. Doing some free
Yeah, like a
contract,
plant.
doing
Right.
some contract work for the agency real quick.
That was
Yeah, I just
agent.
need you to
Yeah,
write these fake text messages, had
yeah.
these
Them text
conversations.
messages was agent talk.
Right.
The text messages, when you read over them, that's definitely agent talk. That's not Generation Z talk, because they would have been incomplete sentences, emojis, and all that shit within those text messages, and they wouldn't be talking about shit that they would talk about if they lovers. Then they gonna talk about all that shit that he was texting. The lover already gonna know about it because they would have been talking about that shit in private and all that. So them text messages just revealed that shit was psyopy. It's sloppy FBI work, sloppy police work. It's just sloppy work.
Who can disagree with any of this? If y'all feel like y'all could, anybody out there disagreeing
Panel
with any of
open.
this, panel is open
Yeah,
because I think the evidence, the receipts are there that this Robinson guy didn't do this shit, man.
right.
Those first of all, those camera angles that they got him at was blurry as hell. Like when
Yeah,
they show shit like this, is always blurry. Like and the cameras these days are most of them are HD. These
right,
security cameras and shit, there's some good. It's just when the feds release them, it always looks like that, grainy as hell. Look like you can't tell the difference between Robinson or if he's the Loch Ness monster or some shit. Or Bigfoot, the same blurry ass pictures that they show when people used to say they seen Bigfoot sightings, and they had these blurry ass pictures and say, "Look at that little figure to the left. That's Bigfoot over there.
right.
That's Tyler Robinson over there." Like you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? So that's another way you know that it's a psyop. They
Wow.
never show clear pictures ever.
Right.
Never. They never show clear pictures. You always gotta guess if it's him or not. Like it sort of looks like him. Yeah, it
Right.
sort of looks like, but you can't really tell. You're not never 100% sure.
Right. Exactly.
And if anybody say 100% sure, they a liar. Looking at those little figures running on the roof, you can't tell who the hell that is.
Bro, like we said, that might not even been him, bro. Like,
Exactly.
that might not even been him at all. So we know. All right, we got some else coming up. All
T.
right,
Adam.
T. Adams, you on him at all?
Hey y'all, what's up?
What's going on? You gotta turn your background down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
The volume, right?
yeah, you gotta turn your
Yeah.
volume down the back. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What's going on? You gotta turn your background down.
Okay.
Yeah, the volume, right? Yeah, you gotta turn your volume down the back. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
I'm good now?
Nah, I think it's still delaying. What are you watching it on? Your laptop, TV, or? think it's still delayed.
Oh, TV. So
Yeah, you
Troy,
got to.
cut the
Yeah,
TV off. It
Yeah, you
probably
gotta
yeah,
turn
sound
the
better.
TV down. Yeah, you
yeah.
gotta
You got to turn
turn the
the TV.
volume down because it's feeding back
TV
into the
and
screen.
my phone.
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah. You good now?
I think
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
you good now. Yup.
all right. Anyway, Curry Gang, I just wanna shout out to y'all because y'all are like one of the most informative YouTube channels out there for people of color and people, period. And I learned a lot from y'all's channel, and I really appreciate the knowledge that y'all be giving. And a lot of the stuff that y'all say, it makes so much sense. And I agree with everything y'all be saying. I feel like it's gonna be all about AI and crypto. AI and crypto. That's gonna take
Mm-hmm.
over. I'm actually thinking about investing in some AI stock. I don't know. What do y'all think about
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Definitely do your research. Definitely do your
Mm-hmm.
research. We know artificial intelligence is relying on that heavy. So make sure you do your research and what's out there so you can know what's being used or what they plan on using. Um, it's all available on online, because we ain't
Okay.
gonna give out we ain't no advisors or nothing. But
No, I
that's
know.
that. Yeah, that's definitely something you should look into.
Yeah, because I'm
Definitely.
thinking that's like gonna be the new big boom. The crypto,
Hmm.
I don't know. What do y'all think is gonna happen with that? Like at the end, like when all this.
Well,
They
I mean,
want
they
universal income
they
at
want
the
you,
end.
yeah, universal base income.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody linked to a digital credit system, which is linked to a social system as well. So if you ever watched the Black Mirror episode on Instagram, on Netflix, I think
Netflix.
Mm.
it's
Yeah.
episode 2. It might be episode 2, Black Mirror.
Black Mirror. I'm gonna check
Yeah.
that out
Or
tonight.
or just look up China social credit system. Just look up
Oh,
China.
okay.
Look up
Okay.
China's social credit system, and that pretty much give you an idea of which direction they head. Because we model,
Okay.
America likes to model everything after China anyway.
Yeah.
So if you look into social credit system, that's what they basically trying to set up. Not only that, you have the digital crypto system is definitely because they
Mm-hmm.
need something. They need something to consolidate the debt. That debt is at 37 trillion on its way to
Damn.
38 trillion. So they need to consolidate that debt. In the system that we got set up now, the financial system can't handle that. So they got to come with a whole new financial system to consolidate that debt. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Right.
They
But
ain't even
you.
gonna consolidate it. They just gonna pay it
Or
off
we'll
and
just
start
pay it
over
off,
again
right? Start
because
over
it's
again
like
like
a
a reset.
reset.
Yeah, yeah. Look,
Yeah.
they talk
Yeah. I
about the
remember
Great
y'all was
Reset.
talking about the reset.
Yeah, the Great Reset.
But
Yeah.
I, like y'all said, I think everything is a psyop and it's a distraction for what's really to come.
Hmm.
And a lot of times I watch y'all more than the news because I think the news sometimes they do lie. The media does lie sometimes or they try to cover things up. That's just my opinion.
Hmm.
And I don't think that young boy like y'all was talking about, I think it was last week. I don't think he killed Charlie Kirk.
Mm-mm.
I don't think so because like you said, he just got a scholarship. Like it just
Right.
everything just sound mad weird. It's like real crazy. But you know what's funny? Public Enemy said this a long time ago in one of his records. He said it's like we all pieces in one big chess game.
That's the truth.
Yep.
That's the truth.
Yep. And it's just crazy how a lot of the movies and stuff that we watch now are reflecting what's gonna really happen in the future. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to stay ahead of the game and just prepare myself for what's to come. I even have like survival kit just in case. You know what I'm saying? I do, cause I have a family, but I got like a bin and
Yeah.
it has like survival stuff, to at least last us for a few days. And I'm also gonna try to look into that. Don't they have that food that doesn't spoil you?
Yeah. Non-perishable foods or
Right. I
yeah,
want
yeah,
to
yeah,
get.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking into that too because And do y'all think, I have a funny feeling we getting ready to go to war? What do y'all think?
I mean, I mean, you think about it, we already at war, but it's more of a financial war
In the
that's
battle
taking
of the
place.
mind.
Yeah, yeah, and also, yeah, that's another thing. Uh, spiritual warfare at the highest, but then we dealing with a mental warfare as well. Not only that, a chemical biological warfare, because we looking at physical wars and wars with guns and bombs and that, but you got to think about the food we being poisoned every day when it
Yeah,
comes to the food. That's
Monsanto and
war.
all that,
Yeah,
and
that's a
how
war.
you got these big rich people, like y'all said, the 1%, and they spraying chemicals and stuff.
Yeah, that's an act of war. That's a chemical biological
And
warfare
you know what? A
against
friend
the
of mine
people.
was telling me. I said, "Well," she was like, "Learn, you need," I really want to learn how to grow my own foods, because, but see, I don't live. I live in New York. I don't live in a house. I live in an apartment, but I have a huge window. And uh, a coworker of mine was saying that you could, the way my window is set up, you can buy like stands and stuff where you can actually grow your own food in an apartment.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah.
Yep,
You did
indoor grow.
definitely do
Yep,
that.
yep.
Mm-hmm. Because now the way things is going, I think
Def-
they're gonna have another pandemic. I really think that. What y'all think about that?
Yeah, Bill Gates was speaking on that. He always speaking on being a second pandemic happening and another shutdown. And yeah, they like, see, we don't know, you know what the actual events that they got coming up as far as with that, but you could kind of see things that's hinting towards that, like and I always look at the WHO the World Health
Yeah,
Organization, and
yeah.
the stuff that they be posting on the Instagram and the stuff Bill Gates be posting, and I'm like,
And
yeah,
I think that Fauci um helped start. I could be wrong. I'll say allegedly, but I think
I think she got out.
Yeah, we lost T
They
Adam.
lost. All right, her John went blank. As soon as she
Right.
said Fauci name, that
She
shit
said
went blank.
Fauci. That shit said blank.
Blank. Yeah, they said those Fauci talk. Damn, her shit went completely blank. I think we lost it. She might have
It's
to drop.
dark.
Yeah, you might have to drop that back down, sis, and come back up. Yo, anybody else want to tap that link, man? Y'all can tap the link. This is an
This is
open
definitely
pin.
ritualistic, though. What she was saying about the chess game. Chess
Right.
itself is a ritualistic thing.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, they do play it like chess. That's why I said they're being used. The so-called elites of the world are being used by beings that live outside of time.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they're pulling a lot of this ritualistic shit off, and they got all this predictive programming in the movies and all that, and then you see it's done in the movies, and then they bringing it to real life.
Right.
It's all ritualistic. They
Fact.
know exactly what they doing.
I think we got you on here twice, so I'm gonna kick this one out the studio, and then there we go. All
Yep.
right, you back.
All
You
right.
back. Yep. Yep. You back on, T. Adam. I don't think it.
I don't
You.
think she knows she's back on.
Yeah, you back. You back on, T. Adam. You had dropped out. Your screen and stuff went blank. I don't. Can she hear us?
I don't think so.
I don't think you can hear us.
I don't think she realized she's back.
Back. Good.
yeah.
You on stage.
Hello?
Yeah, you on stage, T. Adam. Can you hear us? I don't know. You might have to drop back down, come back up.
Yeah, her volume must be off.
Yeah.
Hello?
Or yeah, you good? Can you hear us? Yeah, I don't think can hear us. She's not on mute.
Hello?
Yeah, we here. Can you hear
We
us?
here? Could you hear
I
us?
can't hear.
Huh?
She can't hear us. Man, she might have to drop down, come back. She might tap in the chat.
Can y'all
Yeah,
hear me? Cause I can't hear y'all.
Yeah, we can
yeah,
hear
we can
you.
hear you. Yeah, we can hear you. Let me type in the
Fauci
chat.
messing
Maybe.
with her value. Fauci over there. She mentioned Fauci.
I
Next thing
can't
you
Yeah,
hear.
know,
so she right,
she said, "I think Fauci is
right.
allegedly." Next thing you know, everything went blank. Fauci said, "Not today."
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, but yeah, this
Yeah, yeah, it's all ritualistic, man. It's all, and to be honest with you, we don't really know who was behind, like who gave the direct order to take out Charlie. We don't know if it was Israel. We don't know if it was Trump. We don't know who else was tied into it. We don't know if we do know that the Tyler Robinson guy wasn't the one who pulled that trigger.
the FBI gonna have to admit that.
Yeah, they're
Eventually,
gonna
they're
have to
gonna.
admit that shit.
Eventually, they're gonna have to rope. You know what I mean, eventually, they're gonna have to let that guy go. But he needs legal representation. He don't have legal representation, and he's not talking. I mean,
Facts.
we don't know if he's really talking now because they got they're not really revealing nothing else about him. We don't know if he have a lawyer yet. We don't know if he's admitted to anything or he's denying it. Like in my case, I think he's denying it for the simple fact that they're not coming out and saying that he's the one
Hell yeah,
that
he's denying it.
yeah, he's denying that. So
And his parents is denying it too. His parents, they try to say that his parents ain't don't think he's guilty.
all right, we see you, T Adam. Yeah. Yeah, you can't. You try to. You was on stage, but you couldn't hear us, but we can hear you. So as soon as you mentioned Fauci, your whole screen went black. So Fauci might have tapped into to your phone and kind of blocked you from saying his name and shit.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
As soon as
Fauci
she,
should be
that's crazy timing
right,
right there. As soon as she
right,
said Fauci, the next thing you know, the whole screen went black.
right. Fauci, ouchie. I think she back. Let me see. All
Can
right,
y'all
yeah,
hear?
yeah, we can hear you back, T Adam.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Sorry about that, y'all.
it's all good.
But yeah, it's really getting crazy out here. And then this administration we got now horrible. And did you see? Yeah, I watched your video. It was like a 4 hour video about the Cash Patel dude.
Yeah,
How
yeah, yep.
how are you the director of one of the biggest organizations in the country or the world, FBI,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you don't know. He kept on diverting, like he kept. It was like he was trying to avoid answering the questions, like he's covering up for for Trump. Like he's covering up for Trump. Like he didn't want to. He kept diverting from the answers, and they was like, just answer the damn question. I was like, oh my God. He was horrible. It was like he just kept saying stuff over and over. And it was like he was not giving any type of direct answers. That was crazy to me.
Yeah, Cash Patel has the Epstein files, but um it's the people on that list is head of industries that can collapse this country
Right,
down to the nothing. And they protecting the special interest by any means necessary.
right.
Yeah.
But you know what I think is, like y'all said, either he was on that list or they got something on him. And I think that he's afraid that he might, get unalived if he exposes everybody. That's what I think.
Yeah, this is yeah, I don't know what this Epstein thing is a lot of people is raising questions and the thing about it, this Charlie Kirk guy was speaking on that Epstein shit heavy, real heavy, and
Yeah.
like, and he's basically putting it out there like that list need to be revealed, and now he got taken out. So we don't know if it's because of that, but you know, that's just speculation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a lot surrounding all these different events that's taking place. It's crazy. It's crazy
Yeah.
right
Corruption
now.
and cover up.
Yeah.
Corrupt.
I mean, all when they in the hot seat and these senators be asking these people, like when Fauci was in the hot seat about the gains of function research and where the
Right.
COVID actually came from, he was avoiding questions.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't. He was acting the same way Patel was acting.
Yeah. Yup.
Like they got that same like basically like how dare you ask me these questions? Not realizing these senators are asking me these questions because the American people are writing these senators and putting pressure on these senators to ask these questions to these
And we want
individuals.
to know.
And
And
we do want to know
yeah,
facts.
and I think it's a disrespect to like the victims. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna talk about,
Right.
oh, now how you the FBI director and you talking about, oh, but I didn't see all the files. What kind of nonsense is that? I was like, he a jive turkey. Talking about,
Yeah, yeah.
oh, yeah, he a jive time turkey. Talking about, oh, I didn't see all, I didn't look through all the files. How are you the director of the FBI and you not doing your job then? To me,
Facts. Exactly.
I just don't understand why they don't just put the list out. But I think it's because, you know, I really believe that number 47 was in them files. He was
Yeah,
in them
that's what they
files
saying.
because
Yeah,
they were
that's what they saying.
friends.
Hell yeah, he was in those
He
files.
was
He was good friends with
he was
Epstein for
friends
years.
since '88.
Yeah, they
Since
got pictures.
1988.
They got pictures together and everything.
Yeah. So he
Hell
knew
yeah.
Epstein for 20 plus years. He was
Yep.
friends with him for 20 plus something years. But like we said, ain't no friends in that stinking business. They ain't real friends.
That means that Trump was his client.
Hey,
Yeah,
fine,
That means
facts.
Trump was a client then.
Right.
He friend also can mean client.
that's
Facts.
true. Yep.
Facts.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely right.
Hell yeah, yeah. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that because they thought Trump was gonna come in and be the savior, but there ain't no saviors in any of those
But let
administrations.
me tell you, I actually thought this administration was going to be better than the previous, but I was wrong, and I'm gonna tell you why I was wrong. Because the thing is, right? I'm thinking like Kamala and Biden, they were like letting a lot of people come in without getting vetted,
Mm-hmm.
giving them free food, free shelter, free medical, free money. And I'm like, what about the vets and the poor American citizens that was born here that's homeless? You supposed to take care of home first. Then you take care of whatever else. But y'all sending all this money to all these other countries and allowing these people to come in without them getting vetted. And there was a lot of PDF file stuff going on, you know, with
Yeah.
these people coming in, you know, and all this traffic, you know what I'm saying? Um and I felt some type of way. I was like, this is crazy. So I thought that this administration number 47 was going to be better, but he is no better. He probably is worse. I'm sorry.
Right.
Well, that's because the American government, period, is at war with its people. The
Mhm.
Right.
American government is at war with the United States citizens, but they come off to us like they're trying to help us, but really everything they help us with is basically a diversion to basically take us over, take over our resources, make us sick, turn us into slave,
Yeah.
like control our education to the point where we can't think for ourselves, poisoning our food and water. So it's a constant war that this government is waging against its people, but it's a covert war. It's like
Yeah.
one like, oh, like they're hiding the fact that they're warring against us and they trying to make it look like they're helping us, but really they just killing us off. It
Yeah.
grows.
Yeah. And like y'all said it was going to be a great reset. I agree with that. And that people are starting to wake up and really see what's going on.
Right.
Yeah. But Curry Brothers, I just want to say I love y'all channel. I always watch as much as I can.
We appreciate it.
And I appreciate y'all for having me on the panel. And I want to say God bless y'all. Y'all mad cool. Keep doing what y'all doing. And
Yes,
shout out
indeed.
to Philly. From New
Yep,
York to
Philly in the building.
Philly.
Facts,
Right,
Philly in the
right, right.
building. Yeah, we're gonna
Yep.
keep this
Right.
information flowing for y'all.
Fact.
Facts.
Please. Cause I be watching. Trust me, Curry Gang. I learned a lot from y'all with all this behind the scenes, political psyop stuff. So
Yeah,
thank you for that.
we appreciate you.
Yep.
Yep.
Definitely appreciate you, sis.
All right. I appreciate y'all, brothers. God bless y'all. Have a great weekend.
Bless. Blessings.
Same
All
to
right.
you.
All right. Bye bye.
All
Bye.
right. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so this is definitely psyop and war. It's a psychological warfare, chemical biological warfare,
Right.
financial warfare. I mean, it's they basically coming at us from all different types of angles right now.
Working it out. Oh, this weekend.
You know what I'm saying? They coming at us
Yeah.
from all different angles.
Right.
So we gotta see the threat
Yeah.
for what it is instead of looking at it as them trying to help. Like everything that the government do to try to help you is not really to help you.
Nah.
Like just think about when a natural disasters happen and they send FEMA and all those places. They don't be helping nobody.
Hell nah.
They don't be helping nobody. They be there and they send it. Then we like to do business with the United Nations, and then United Nations start sending their people in there, and then they really ain't for the citizens. Like you gotta think about all the scams that this government run, not just on the global scams that they run, but the scams that they run on their own people. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think United States government is the most aggressive government out there right now. Like we're the worst. Like United States government is the worst. I'm sorry.
And
It's
against his
like when
own
it comes to
against his own
corruption,
people.
when
Yeah.
it comes to corruption, like it's at its highest. Like this is as corrupt as it get. Even more corrupt than as Israel been doing. They
Right.
just as United States is even more corrupt, y'all.
I
Like
agree,
United
bro.
States have done so much shit over the years, and basically the American citizens is just letting them get away with it because they're using our energy, our money, our resources to do this shit. If we keep electing them, and we keep it's the Republicans that's doing it. No, it's the Democrats that's doing it. It's both of them motherfuckers that's doing it.
See, that's the psyop right there to keep the people fighting amongst each other. Like you realize the left and right got these talking points where they keep the separatism going. And they're being paid handsomely to keep the separatism going as well. I mean, if you look at the election, the past election that just happened, and they invited out all them goddamn celebrities, like performing at these goddamn these Democratic events and these Republican events. That tells you right there that these people are basically just there to keep the separatism going. Because they don't want a whole lot of people uniting. They don't they it's not profitable for them um to have everybody uniting on the same front. That's not profitable for them at all. So they need to keep investing in the separatism. And they spend billions and billions of dollars doing it. They spend
Yeah,
billions and billions of dollars to keep people separate. They do.
trillions,
Trillions.
trillions.
Yeah, because you got to think about all the money that's be poured into these elections and leading up to the elections and all the 24 around the clock, left and right shit. All, you know what I mean? Like it's constantly left and right, 24/7 around the clock. Even with the mainstream media is split left and right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they all got these same talking points. It's like they
Right.
given a script. It's like they being paid to say this script. Like, the teleprompters is where where they get their shit off, where them scripts is being pumped through. They gotta read those teleprompters because that's everything they being told what to say. Now that shit is highly controlled. None of those goddamn left or rights that uh that be on the mainstream media or some alternative medias at that. If they was to say certain things, bro, they'd be shut down. Their sponsors would be disappearing. They shouldn't be, shut down. And I'm talking about the ones that got influence now. And I'm not talking about just the regular, people with a pie. I'm talking about those that got big influences like a Candace Owens or a Charlie Kirk or Glenn Beck or goddamn Pierce Morgan or Carlson Tucker and some Alex Jones. And these are all people that got great amount of influence. You know what I'm saying? And once in a while, they might say some real shit, and then you'll see some heat get put on them for saying something they had no business saying. And y'all just see that's how, over the years y'all been seeing this shit over the years constantly.
Right.
And when people gonna wake up to it, we gonna still keep falling for the same every 4 years, the same rollout. Because it's the same rollout every 4 years, the same rollout. Nothing changes.
The visitor, you can hit that link and come up on a panel. You'll be the last guest. If you want to ask us questions and you don't agree with what we're saying, you can definitely come up on a panel. The link is pinned to the top.
Yeah, come on, hit the link. The link pinned right to the
Visitor.
scissor. All right. The link pinned right to the top. If you want to hit the link.
Yes, that we have immigrant backgrounds. No, we don't have immigrant
If you
backgrounds. We
have
just
any
realized that the United States government is corrupt. We've been
opposing
living here. We
opinions,
see how corrupt they are.
you have any opposing opinions on the matter or anything, you can gladly hit the link. Yeah, I mean, you voice your opinion. This is an
You
open
try.
panel.
Just click the link. You should be able to get on there.
Yeah, the link is pinned right to the top of the chat. Just hit.
Yeah, it's pinned right to the top of the chat. All
See
you
the
gotta do is
stream.
click.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, we the shit that we saying it can't even be debated. Like who would
I
debate
mean,
us the fact that the
anybody.
United States government is corrupt? Like who
Hey,
don't
man,
agree with that?
some people might not agree. Some people might feel like them,
Man, that shit is as corrupt as it
voting
gets.
every 4 years is is beneficial to them. You got some people that's still hardwired to that system. They believe that it's still beneficial to vote and all that. Like the thing about it is we don't tell people not to vote or to vote. That's a individual decision.
And I ain't even talking about the voting part. I'm just talking about the corruption, period.
Yeah, it's all part of the same. Yeah, right. It's all just the whole
I'm just
system.
talking about
Period.
corruption, period.
Yeah.
The United States is one of the biggest corrupt government on the
And,
planet
and,
right
and
now.
you would say, and people would ask, all right, what are they corrupted in? Well, we know a lot of these wars they corrupted in. They allowing the FDA and the Food Drug Administration and the EPA and all these different people allowing the chemicals in the food that's giving cancer at the highest degree. All these different diseases based upon the water, the air, and the food being you know chemicals being dumped into the shit. What else? A lot of these corrupted officials that's being paid off by the corporations that get lobbied every year to basically push the same agenda. What else? There's a lot of corruption going on. I
It's
mean, it's
nobody can deny that.
sex trafficking and the slave labor. But it's a lot. Some more corruption.
Bro,
The
it's
drug,
endless. We could be
right?
here
Boat
all night, all
drug
day.
fentanyl coming in by the boatload. Don't forget about the fentanyl epidemic. Fentanyl coming in by the boatload. Shit. The crack epidemic from the very beginning of the crack epidemic that destroyed the shit out of the urban communities. You know what I'm saying? Like they still haven't paid for those crimes against humanity yet. There's a lot of crimes against humanity that this government has to answer for that they still haven't paid for yet. And reparations will be one of them as well. They ain't willing to make none of that shit right. Nothing. It's just constant corruption, 100%. And they moving into gear. They moving into hyperdrive with the corruption now by using artificial intelligence. We always stress, don't let that shit. We can't let that shit get in the wicked hands, which we already know. Majority of it is in the hands of the wicked. That's why we seeing the you know the them body fruits. We seeing all the corruption that's happening. They definitely using artificial intelligence to basically our information and shit. Data mining our information, bro. All right, so we got somebody to the stage. I think you're on mute.
This gonna be our
Sylvia next.
last guest.
Last guest. Yep,
Hi
Sylvia next.
guys.
How you
It's been
doing?
a minute.
Yeah,
Definitely been a minute. How you been?
yeah.
I've been good. Y'all done had me on
That's
y'all
what's
panel
up.
a couple of times, but I was very interested
Right.
in this conversation.
Yeah.
I don't particularly say that I know who killed Charlie Kirk or who was involved in it. I just really do think that it's more than meets the eye. And I was watching a behavioral analysis. I don't know if y'all have ever watched behavioral arts. He does behavioral analysis on
Yeah, I've seen
YouTube.
videos. Yeah.
Oh, so he did a video on what's his name, Tyler. I mean the young man that's
Yeah, Tyler
injured,
Robinson. Yeah.
Tyler Robinson, and he actually brought some differences in between the way the local news like some of his body language or his facial expressions from where the local news did it to where ABC News did it. And I know nobody more than y'all. When I think of people talking about mainstream media news, y'all the first people that come to mind. Y'all are the first people that come to mind. So when he showed the differences in the head nods as to
Yeah, I
what
seen that.
ABC News portrayed it, yeah,
Yep, I
that
seen
really.
that.
And then he also brought up the text messages between him and his partner, and he was saying that he said he understands that for legal purposes you might have to take some of the stuff out. He said, but some of the stuff just seemed, basically in my mind, he was saying some of the stuff seemed funky that they were taking out. He said it seemed like theatrics, like the text message thread was theatrical, like he would sit in front of the all I thought about is a child left to their own devices, and you might sit your child in front of the TV because you ain't got no time for them, or you too busy doing whatever you working, so your child is just in front of the tube. And whenever I think about too much TV, I watch a lot of YouTube, y'all, just for content purposes and things like that. But I think about Papa Duck and him talking about how television is basically like, what did he say about television? It's programming us.
Yeah.
So he was talking about the wording that he was using, things like squad car instead of a cop car, and my old man. And I was intending to keep this to myself until I died of old age. But he thought that funny because you sitting on a text message thread talking to somebody about something you said you intended to keep to yourself until you died. It's so much going on, and I can understand that a lot of it is probably distractions, but I really think that there's something more to it. And I wasn't a fan of Charlie Kirk. Listen, I didn't even know who. I'm hearing a lot of people say that too. I didn't know who Charlie Kirk was, but a week before he passed away,
Yeah, I
one
didn't
of
know
his
who he was.
videos crossed my timeline, and I wound up watching, and I'm like, that particular young lady that was asking a question or trying to make a statement, he wasn't really cutting her off, and it wasn't somebody that looked like us. It was somebody that looked like him, and he wasn't really cutting her off. But she kept saying, "If you let me make my statement, if you let me make my statement," and I'm like, "Well, he's sitting there waiting for you to make the statement." So that was my my seeing Charlie Kirk. So like I said, I didn't know who he was. I've not gone in and watched a whole lot of his content. I've seen clips of disparaging things. I've heard podcasters talk about disparaging things. So I don't appreciate any of that. But I also didn't appreciate just seeing somebody get taken out in front of my face. That felt so in front of your face. Like there was a time that you couldn't just look at TV and watch something like that.
All right.
So then you got Candace Owens talking about Israel. So you really just don't know what to believe. But I think that it was a sniper is going to, in my mind, a sniper is going to be a lot more cautious than that young man was being, unless he just wanted to get caught.
All right.
So I think that there's more to the story than meets the eye.
You think it's ever gonna come out though? Like,
I think they're gonna let come out what they want to come out. I don't know if we're ever going to get down to the bottom of it, because for real, to get down to the bottom of it might be a little more than some of us can handle.
right? Yeah. Even with the Epstein list, it might be too. You know what I mean? Like the clients on that list might
Exactly.
be industries might collapse behind that client list getting leaked.
And
So
they ain't trying to do that.
Right.
Let's call it what it is. These people are not going to investigate themselves.
That part. That's
That's
what
the
makes me
because
feel like
that's
this.
why it's never going to come out, because the people who's supposed to be doing something about it are the ones that's covering it up. Because we keep letting the foxes guard the hen house.
Right.
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 Because we believe in this left and right shit and keep voting the same clowns in, and they all work for the same people, and they all commit the same crimes as a network, and they never going to expose their crimes to us for real, for real.
And that's true. And this is what I have to say about that. I'm really not a political person, but I am a person that believes that there's a far left, and we talk about the far right a lot, but we don't talk about the far left. And a lot of people are being consumed in the left. In my mind, the far right is the enemy. I know. My concern comes in because, like you just said, they all connected, but it's a massive amount of people out there who are really stuck on this lesser of two evils. So they are always just going to feel like the Democratic side is the innocent side, or the better side, or something like that. And I just want people to take that notion away, because for as long as I can remember, it's don't be a Republican, don't be a Republican. So you got that drilled in your head. But if we can get people to look at the other side and see, you sure you want to be a Democrat? You sure you want to get entangled in this political mess? Are you
Yeah,
sure
the
you want to
far
do
left is
that?
covert operation to exterminate black people. They think that the right is the far right is that. Nah, the far left is that. Why do you think the far left is always interested in us and having abortions and all? Because they don't want us to populate.
They don't want us to populate.
Yeah, like I don't know why people don't see that. I
Because
don't
they
know why
just
people don't see that.
because
That's
people
clear.
because people just want to feel
belong. Yeah, belong. They feel
they
like they
want
want to be belong to something.
Yeah.
And
And they all their favorite celebrities, the weak-minded people, all their favorite celebrities is far left.
oh, they all bought and paid for by the corporations anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all bought and paid for it. And not only that, people don't really do they due diligence and do research. They don't know the history of and the origin of things. So they blindly just follow the sheep. They follow along with the majority because no one want to feel left out. No one wants to look like the eyeball. No one want to look like the opposer to what the masses is following. So everybody want to feel like they want to belong to something. Same thing. I mean, it's the gang mentality. When kids feel deserted, they join a gang so they can feel the love. Same thing with Republic. That's why it's red and blue. Democrats blue,
They the
Republicans red.
gangs.
Blood,
They
yeah,
the legal
blood.
gangs.
Right, the Bloods is red.
Yep.
The Crips is blue. So it's always that same ritual that been carried out, ever since the beginning of this country started with the whole corporation, United States becoming a corporation. It always been that red lodge, blue lodge scenario.
Yeah.
So you split the country in half, then you have the people, fighting amongst each other while they robbing the people and running out the back door with all
Woo.
the money. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what's happening. And we know us, we ain't left or right on this channel because we know that's two wings on the same plane.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? So that's
Two
that
wings on the same plane that crashed into the World Trade Center.
facts.
Woo.
Facts. Yeah.
But you can't even get anybody to even look at that. You can't
Nah,
even get
people
anybody to
don't
even look at that.
yeah, people don't really see things beyond what the mainstream media tell us. So a lot, the internet kind of opened a lot of people's eyes up because
Mine.
it pushed all the information online, so the information is flowing a lot faster, so people are able to catch on. Like with this whole Charlie Kirk shit, the FBI had to follow the lead of the people on the internet because now Cash Patel had to go to his social media and say we got to reconsider all this evidence against this Tyler Robinson guy because it's just too many overwhelming evidence of people. Everybody out there had a camera in their hand, so it caught every angle. That's why you're able to see a person on the roof over here, person over the roof over there. These people down here making hand signals. This person over there looking straight. It's just too many cameras around for them to even just say this Tyler Robinson guy did it. They got to consider all the evidence, all the footage, all the everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
But I've
we
been
in the
saying for a little minute that they are coming to social media to check out what's being said on social media and then take it back. The mainstream media news. I have noticed that since I've been on social media. Like I was just commenting on somebody's post. I'm not sure if I was watching Street Media or O'Shea Duke Jackson. I was watching one of them, but I commented talking about a young lady just got fired from her job, for making the comments about Charlie Kirk. And my only thing, I understand the concept of free speech and everything like that, but I said when I started college it was like 2006, Facebook was still kind of new then. I belonged to a program called a TRIO program. It was Student Support Services, and they told us back then, watch what you put on social media, because your employer is going to be watching what you put on social media, and it can
right.
cost you your job. And as people have been saying, if you work for a company that is more right, and you out here, whether you know it or not, and you out here just talking recklessly on social media, you got to lose your job.
Yeah, to be honest, the First Amendment only protects us from going to jail. But the corporations and the employers and they could do whatever they
They
want. It's
can do
not
what
free
they
speech.
want.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
not free speech when you talking on platforms and stuff like that, or you talking on or at your job about things and all that. They could fire you based upon the things you said. But
Yeah.
we can't go to jail based off the things we said. So the
Right.
First Amendment only protects us from going to prison, going to jail. You know what I mean? That's it.
Yeah, because the company can say that's not the image we want to portray, and
Yeah,
you
you
don't match
fired.
that image. Yeah, you
Right.
fired. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's the people that don't understand even that.
Right.
That's
Oh yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
people don't
yeah, because you
understand
got
that.
people that get fired from their job or something that gets said on social media and get banned. They be like free speech, free speech, free speech. No, when you sign up to these platforms, you really don't have free speech
no.
because you know what I mean? Because if you say something against the guidelines, they're gonna ban your channel, they're gonna ban your profile off Facebook, you're gonna go in Facebook jail and all that. And all that shit is in their policy. But we can't get locked up for the shit we said though.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
unless you making threats, then you can get locked up. If you making threats, then you know what
Right,
I mean,
because then you're infringing on somebody's rights.
facts. Right.
That's
Yeah.
why I was saying that Trump shouldn't have had the right to go and be able to cancel Jimmy Fallon on ABC, and he's the
Right.
president. That's the
Right.
government violating. Yeah, I mean that's the government taking away free speech. A
Yeah, that
comedian or
was
anybody should be able to say what the hell they want without a government official saying that they can't and shutting down their whole show.
right.
Right.
So
Now,
I was like excited to see him get. You talking about? You said Fallon.
yeah,
You talking about
I'm
Kimmel though,
Jimmy
right?
Kimmel.
I mean Kimmel, I
Yeah,
meant, yeah, not
Jimmy Kimmel.
Fallon, my bad. Yeah,
you
Jimmy
good.
Kimmel.
I was good. Happy to see him get his platform back because I
Right.
felt like that was crazy. That was just
Right.
too far.
Yeah,
And
for
Right.
Trump
then
himself to call ABC and say you need to take the show off the air. What the hell? Hold up.
Well, he
Let
called
me
the FCC. Yeah, he called the
yeah,
FCC, and the FCC called over there to ABC based off the Charlie Kirk thing. You know, the Charlie Kirk, and he didn't even make a remark against Charlie Kirk. He was just saying how Trump responded, how he curved the question, because they asked him
that's
how.
what made
Yeah,
him
how.
make the
Right.
call.
Yeah, because he was like, "How you feel about how you dealing with this Charlie Kirk thing?" And he curved it and said, "Well, we building a new ballroom on the White House, and well, he was talking about construction and all that." They were like, "Bro, they just asked you about Charlie Kirk. You talking about construction?"
That's why he made the call because he
Yeah,
felt slighted. So
right.
that's almost like
Sensitive ass, broom
that's
straw
what I
head
was getting
ass
ready to
nigga.
say. Almost
Yeah,
in his little boy feelings,
yeah.
basically. you're in your little boy feelings, and that's what I was when I said people just want to feel. I meant you changed it to belong, and I get that too. But people are consumed with their emotions. That's not just Trump. People are consumed with their emotions. That's why they want to belong to something. That's
Right.
why they just hear what they want to hear and receive whatever the mainstream media is telling them. But that really blew my mind how not Jimmy, how behavioral arts called out that those 2 points against ABC and the local news. And he said he's more apt to believe the local news. I just went in and finished watching. I had watched the short. I started watching the whole show, and then I turned it off. Sometimes I got to turn it off because it get a little bit too much for me. And then I saw a short where he talked about the two clips and he played them side by side. And then I went back in and finished watching, and that's when he was saying that he felt like it was that the mainstream, that the local news was the more reliable one. But when I watched the short, that was my thought process. I was like, ain't no telling what ABC allegedly could have done to make that clip fit their purposes.
Absolutely.
Because the people are going to be more apt to believe what ABC says more so than the news from the town. And in my mind, I get a little bit of if you gonna be in the government, they say vote in your local for your local politicians more so than for those federal ones. That's what all I thought about when I thought about those two news podcasts. I'm like, you might want to be a little more apt if you're gonna believe anything. Maybe believe the one from the local because ABC trying to swing you to whatever narrative they want you to believe. Because I would say that ABC is probably connected to the people that don't want you to know what's going on.
Exactly. Facts. It's definitely controlled. For sure. For sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's just gonna take, people just wanting to critical think. I be telling my cousin all the time, like you said, social media and having the internet open people's eyes. And I raised my hand because I can say that I was one of them. I tell my cousin all the time, I said, well, I don't swing all the way to the conspiracy theorist thought process. Being on social media has opened my eyes and allowed me to let in a little bit of that so that I can see things in a different light, because everything is not all that it's cracked up to be if you just watching the mainstream media news. And it's really like you in a trance, because a lot of the mainstream media news It's far left. Like you ain't got a lot of stations. You got Fox out there that's swinging for the far right, but you know a lot of the stuff you see on mainstream media is catering to a liberal thought process, and it's really like a lot of liberals are in some type of a trance. I'm seeing it in people I love. I'm seeing it in people I church with. Like I'm not just seeing it on social media. Like I got put out of a car, and I don't, like I said, I'm not right or left, but I know what my values are, and I know that I'm able to see two sides to things. But somebody that claimed they loved me was trying to put me out of their car before they got me home because I disagreed with something that she said that was a very almost far left remark, and she called me a Trumpster and was getting ready. She was like, "You either gonna get out right here, or you going back home with me." And home with her would have been probably about 45 minutes away from where I stayed. I was totally blown. Like this
That's
is
the
where it
Matrix.
is.
That's one of the they turned into one of the Agent Smiths. See, in the Matrix, your people that's close to you could turn into an agent at any time.
Ooh.
And that's how it was in the Matrix. Like you just be walking down the street, you look at somebody, be a regular person, when you look back, damn, it's an agent, Agent Smith.
I'm
And
gonna have to
that's
watch
how
The
it is.
Matrix again.
Yeah, that's how it is. Anybody around us could become an agent at any time because they're programmed.
Right.
I'm gonna have
Their
to watch The
their
Matrix
mind
again.
has been
Yeah, you
completely
gotta check that
hijacked.
out.
That's why the program word was calling you a Trumpster because you didn't agree with what they said. They're far liberal views on things that automatically program the word Trumpster into their mind
Yeah.
because the you got to think about the media is there to basically program your subconscious mind to think a certain way. And they use trigger words to do it. You keep hearing these words over and over and over and over and over again, and it programs you so you know how to
Madden and
respond,
all that shit. Right.
to certain things and what words to use to respond to it with. And there's certain emotions that they tie to those words. Yeah, this is classic psychological warfare.
I
And
can get with that.
only weak minds fall for that shit.
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, people who's like still partially sleep to
Yeah.
everything. Like people who more so, they watch CNN all day. You know what I'm saying? They black, so they feel like they gotta be a Democrat or liberal because they look at that as, oh yeah, they stood up for black people and all that. When obviously that's the opposite. They didn't stand up for nobody. They actually was taking us out covertly. They've been taking us out since the beginning covertly. See, they got us stuck on the people who's like blatantly racist and stuff like that. But they
Yeah.
don't realize what they do. They slip the people in there to act like that they're not racist.
Look, I
And they be the ones that be actually get convincing black people to do shit that's more harmful to us than anything.
promise you, I have been talking about the enemy I know versus the one that smiles in my face
Right.
all week long. I promise you. And the crazy thing about the one that smiles in your face is a lot of times that's the one that those are the ones that we're taking up with, and the people, the black people, some of the black, these are not just you. Okay, you got black folks that look at folks because they live in the hood, and they're gonna look their nose down at you because you live in the hood, because they got their big time jobs or what have you, big time careers, and they got a little money. But you are allowing people to smile in your face that really don't have your best interests at heart. I'm not even, you know what I'm saying? Because I live in the hood. I do live in the hood. But I tend to think that my mind is not that of which that's just going to take something in because you tell me it's good for me. Because I can see what y'all can see. Like you said about the blatant racists, I already see that. But do y'all see what I see over here?
All right.
Or y'all just think everything is good over here? This is crazy. You said it. You said a mouthful of psychological warfare. That is who.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, because
Psychological.
they black people will see the Democrats as the lesser evil, and that's not necessarily the case. They're wicked. They're beyond evil. They're wicked
Who?
to the core. 'Cause everything they do is covert. They hide the agendas behind smiles. They smile in your face while they wiping out your whole family.
Oh, come
your
on.
whole generation.
And the thing about it is, if you really do the origins of where these these parties sprung up from, everybody know it sprung up from you know the Ku Klux Klan, and then you had the the eugenics, Margaret Sanger, and all
Margaret
these
Sanger.
eugenics. Yeah, like people ain't really tapped into that, so they don't know. And I'm thinking like when I look at it, I'm like, all right, well, you have special interest that funds both sides of the war.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you have a Rothschild or a Rockefeller or any old family, old money. It's not left and right with them. They into funding both sides of the war. That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Because they spend billions of dollars on keeping people separate. Separatism is their game.
Yeah.
The whole chessboard game. That's what the whole chessboard game is based off of. So they know what they're doing when they psychologically tap into basically keeping people separated using these the think tanks and their propaganda machines called the mainstream media, manipulating evil devils in action. That's what they are. That they straight evil. It's straight evil.
Yeah.
Both sides, right and left, straight
Yeah.
evil. Straight evil.
Yeah,
I
there
think
ain't no
that
lesser evil anymore. There
there's.
never really been.
I was getting
There's
ready to
never
say,
been
have
no
there
lesser
ever been?
evil. Mm-mm.
Right. Nah, because
There's
they
never
always
been.
because they're I mean, if you think about it's like a board set up, being a corporation, then you have all these shareholders that's on a board. And that if you look at United States, United States is a corporation. So you have people that sit on these board meetings, and this is families that date back centuries of old money. So this whole system that they got set up is definitely it's first of all it's a ritualistic system that's set up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even the whole race thing, the whole black and white race, that's a whole ritualistic thing because if you really think about the masses on the planet, that's not, it's racism, but when you get here to America, you can actually see, the different the racism in full effect versus you go to a country where you see you know um other cultures mingling together, like, and
Right.
it's like and you got some racism, but it's not like America got a whole different type of racism that's going on. You see what I'm saying? And it's done deliberately. It's deliberately done to keep people separated. So you would think like the most thing they fear is seeing uh the rednecks linking up with the Black Panthers and some shit like that. Can you
Right.
imagine? They scared of that type of shit. That's the type of
Right.
shit the elites don't want. They don't want no redneck good old boys linking up with the Black Panthers and shit like that. They that's what they don't want because they that's dangerous. That's dangerous. That's a threat to their
Yeah.
their power. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, this shit crazy. If you actually look at the broader the broader shit of this whole thing, then you will actually see all the shit that's being played out in front of our eyes. But like
And
you
it be
said,
government agents on both sides. It be government agents in the
always,
Ku Klux
hell yeah,
Klan and government agents within the Black Panther Party.
hell yeah,
Yeah.
So
hell
it's
yeah,
still the government playing both sides of the
Yeah.
fence,
facts.
and that's what they do. And they don't realize that there's people out here intelligent enough to catch on. You keep doing the same shit all the time. Like they go by the same playbook over and over and over again.
Right.
Eventually, people who's intelligent and paying attention gonna see that shit
Yeah,
clear
because
as
it's a
day.
pattern that you can, what I mean, is a pattern and there's a whole playbook that they go by. So if you wake up to, you able to see the pattern and where it started from and how it got to the point it is now. Throughout history is the same pattern, bro.
So I think
It's,
that they are banking on the people that open their eyes always being the lesser of the people, because another thing that I get from y'all is the term the masses. And as long as they have the masses, the people that wake up and open their eyes and start to see the truth are looked at as the crazy people. Until,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? Until you start influencing other people to listen to your side, then the more that you can influence people to come to the light, then you become
Right.
the dangerous person. But until you the dangerous person, you the crazy person, because their goal is to keep the masses like sheep, leading
Yep.
them into a
Facts.
ditch.
Facts.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. This shit is crazy. Hell yeah.
It's crazy.
Yep. Hey, anything else you want to let the people know before
Mm,
we exit?
no, I just appreciate you guys. Like I said, y'all have, I like y'all because y'all gonna talk with the people, and I can appreciate that. I think this is probably like the third time, maybe the fourth time that I know I've been on at least 3 times. I came on once when y'all had Tokyo Tony.
Oh yeah, I had Smokey
Oh
up
yeah,
here. Right.
yeah.
I came on once when y'all had her
That
up
probably was the
here.
Night and Day Network channel, the Night and Day
Ye-
Network
It
LLC channel.
was. I was getting
Yeah.
ready to say, because look, because I hadn't, because I got a little small growing channel, and so I'm just trying to get used to this, and it ain't no joke. And then one day I just came and y'all were gone, and I
Yeah,
was
our
like,
channel.
what the?
Our channel got terminated. People was striking our channel and shit, and hitting our channel. So, when you get 3 strikes, you up out of there. So yeah, but then we worked in the background to get our channel back.
To get
So
it back.
yeah, right.
I noticed that. I actually
Yeah.
thought this live was on that because I saw it on Instagram, and for some reason, when I hit the link in Instagram from this phone, this
Mhm.
my iPhone, it won't pull up. If I hit it from my Android, it'll pull up. So when I came to YouTube, I was trying to see if it was on the Night and Day Network, but then I came to, because I'm subscribed to both of them,
Mhm.
and I found y'all here. But I do appreciate y'all, like I said, because y'all gonna talk with the people and get the conversation going, and we can listen and take it in. I am on my, and I'm just in a point right now where I am take the meat and leave the bones.
Right.
Everybody might have some meat and everybody might have some bones, but I always appreciate getting a viewpoint from somebody that I can go and chew on, so I can try to get some meat. So I appreciate y'all for that, and I'm glad that I was able to come up here and just set a spell with y'all.
Yeah, no problem. We you know you know, having you on here and the rest of y'all that came up to hit the panel. Some people be acting like they don't want to hit the panel, but yeah, I mean, but I guess, people, warm up to it or whatever, and they see, the points that we making, and then, people, you know, uh be glad you hit the link and, speak on these
Yeah,
matters
we
and
got a
shit.
few people up here tonight. We definitely
Right,
appreciate all of y'all who came up.
And
right.
some people might just be, I be saying YouTube is the new TV, so some people might
Yeah,
just not want to be on TV.
yeah,
They
that
might
that's
be a little
true.
scared,
Yeah,
you
and you
know.
know what? That's absolutely true because the analytics shows that more people is watching YouTube than regular
Yeah.
TV.
And see, I
So
didn't even know
yeah,
that. But I've
yeah,
been when
yeah,
I say I've been saying it for at least the last 2 years. YouTube
yeah,
the new TV. YouTube the
yeah,
new TV.
yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube's definitely the new TV. Facts. Yeah.
But all right, y'all. I'm gonna
All
step
right.
on down, and y'all
All right.
enjoy the rest of y'all night.
All right. You
You
too.
too.
Appreciate it.
Definitely appreciate you for coming through.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Shout out to y'all, man, that tuned in. I mean, we're gonna keep these things going, man, because I feel like it's these type of live streams where we get other people opinions and stuff speak on these matters and all that, especially the ones that have opposing opinions to, what's being talked about. We like to hear from those type of people too. So yeah, this is, this is one of them things we're gonna keep going. You know what I mean? we definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Right.
And if you ain't like this video yet, and you ain't subscribed to this channel yet, I don't know what you waiting on. I don't know what you waiting on. If you ain't supporting 90dayherbals.com, I don't know what you waiting on. We sell natural products over there. I don't know what you're waiting on. If you ain't get your natural CBD, natural detoxes, we got the sea moss going on over there. We got edibles going on over there. So if you're a person dealing with pain or you can't sleep, you just need something to relax. We also have soaps and body oils, handmade soaps and body oils on there as well. Hair products on there as well. So if y'all ain't checking us out yet, y'all definitely need to go over there and check out our website and order from us.
Facts.
I mean, and we got a sale going on. Spend $50 or more on the CBD smokes and the gummies. You get 40% off anything spent over $50. So if y'all ain't head over there yet, make sure y'all go check out our website, sign up and join the email list. Yep, and we got more products coming on there as well, more edibles and stuff like that. So join the email list so you'll be the first one to know when we post new products on there, because that stuff will sell out fast because it's a limited edition. You know what I mean? So 90dayherbals.com. The link is in the description of this video. And yeah, man. Anything else, bro?
Oh, yeah, we appreciate y'all for tuning in.
All right. We catch y'all on the next live stream. All right.
If you crave nature but still shop online, Night and Day Herbals is your dream come true. Discover premium herbal soaps, shampoos, and CBD products. All organic, all for you. Shop now at nightanddayherbals.com.